Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and that means it's time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Now, it's very possible, just ever so slightly possible, you might not have got the message about what today's stream is all about. It is possible. I mean, I have been a little bit subtle about it. A little bit subtle as to what Warframe I'm looking at today. Because, of course, we are indeed, you know, having a look at everything about Necros today. That is what this stream is all... Yeah, today... Oh, where did she go? Today is Saren. Today is Saren Day. I know it may say Wednesday on your calendar, but it is indeed a Saren Day. Warframe Saren. Yep, that's this one. That is this one. Now, I'll be honest with you, I've always thought that Saren is just honestly not a looker of Frame. It's not easy on the eyes to just appreciate her. Like, genuinely, I'm not a huge fan of the style. But it's supposed to look fungally and toxic, and you know what? It does a good job of that. It does a very good job of that. I dislike it. But that's kind of correct because I dislike fungally moldy. Ugh. Yeah. One of 31JAN skins. Yeah, I don't really have a look at the various skins. We got this one here. Yeah, Void Shell, which just means we can now stuff on it. Orphid is a thing. Which, I mean, I'll be honest, that is better. That is a substantial upgrade. But yeah, you don't like the goop on the leg? Yeah. 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 It is what it is, though. We don't play Warframe for the looks and appearances, and I'm talking for like 5 of us here. The rest of you clearly do. But, it's fine. Saren makes up for that with a whole lot of good stuff indeed. Now, I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret. It's not really a secret at this point. The next video I'm going to be doing on the channel is on Saren. Because, quite honestly, after the way people reacted on the Emerald video, I feel like she needs her own video now. I feel like I have sent so much of a mixed message there that it just absolutely needs to be addressed with an entire guide entitled Saren is Amazing. For anyone who doesn't quite get that message, I can put that out there. Hopefully, that will clear things up. And then I can move on to doing other things in videos again. Liv saying, fun fact, the way I found your channel actually was the one about the animation sets. Literally the one video about fashion. You know, that's a good point, yeah. I'm sure there's a number of people who discovered my channel because of that video. Which even I look back and I'm like, it's not the best video, is it? But it was from an earlier time, an earlier Ken. It's fine. It's fine. You thought Saren was always considered top tier? She is! And yet somehow I miscommunicated details around the green shards on that. Which is a problem. Yeah. So I'll be fixing that.
Cheers to the Queen of Poison and my heart. You're amazing, bae.
Cyric Lacroix, thank you very much. I think I've done that correctly. I think I haven't actually, no. I'm not sure. How do I pronounce that? I'm going to go with Cyric and just stop there. Thank you very much for the 500 bits there. I do appreciate that. And apparently you appreciate Saren, which is very understandable. Very, very understandable. Jonathan saying long ago Saren was kind of bad, but she got some buffs. Alright. Alright. Have I tried using Sobek on Saren? I hadn't focused on the Sobek so far, no. Individual weaponry kind of slips by me when looking at frames because, let's face it, there's a bajillion and one weapons. I can't keep up with all the different micro interactions. Are we going to watch the Prime trailer for Saren? We are not, but you can go watch that over on YouTube if you'd like to. You are free to do that. We are not going to be bringing that up. Just make sure I have the fiddle with anything. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, cool. Oh, if Saren was bad 5 years ago, the game was a completely different game back then. We didn't have shield gating. We didn't have the status rework, so physical statuses had a much higher priority than elemental statuses on your weapons. We didn't have the status chance change for shotguns. We didn't have necromechs. We didn't have incarnans. We didn't have Kuva weapons. We didn't have Tenet weapons. You know, I mean, the list starts to go on and on a bit. There wasn't even a Wisp in the game. Hell, actually, if you go back 5 years ago, there wasn't even a Kengineer in the game. So, you know, there you are. Like even operators? No, operators were in 5 years ago. Ray, just because you didn't do it, and have still, I don't think, done it, doesn't mean they weren't there. But yes, Saren is doing very well these days. Saren is indeed doing very well. Oh, look at that. This setup is so old, I still have a new Locus Sigil on. This is going to be the blockbuster card of the next Warframe era. Do any of your frames just have a random low opacity sigil on them? You're an oldie. That's what that's going to become. Anyway, let's just quickly drop into a little Steel Path survival. Just take the Saren as is. See how it feels. Everyone who wonders what Saren is capable of. There's no one that wonders these days, but you know, I did say I'll get a guide to every Warframe eventually, and that requires actually doing them.
They have just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
So, Saren has access to an array of abilities. If you don't know what they are, well, you might have been living under a rock, or you might be new to Warframe. Either which way, I'll cover that in more detail in a proper guide. But the point of the matter is that she's very good at kind of just murdering everything. And when I say everything, that is not an exaggeration. She's an absolute bloody murder bot. She will carve up groups of enemies like it is going out of fashion. She's very, very, very effective at that. Looks like they're all spawning down here. Okay, I will come down here to you. Oh, they're all dead. Alright. Now, with the way that Warframe is, it can be very hard to actually see what's causing, well, what you're seeing to happen, or even what is happening. But in the basics here, we have got a electric viral modded melee weapon, which is also doing corrosive and toxin damage. With corrosive and toxin procs, hitting in an AoE out to 20 meters. And I want you to just kind of, you know, let that bake your noodle for a moment. I've got electric, toxin, and corrosive on the same weapon hitting in an AoE as a melee out to 20 meters. And it's not a glaive. Part of that is Saren, part of that is a melee, obviously. But it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. Please do not let your combo run out, Ken. I don't think I switched over to Naramon, did I? Whoop. Don't want to burn the combo then. Of course, this isn't a corrosive, so you can mod even stupider. Well, I mean, you could, but that's not really going to do much more here. The only way we can make this more ridiculous is if we put viral on through, say, through Nourish. But then our options would be, what, Electric Blast? Viral Corrosive? We don't need the Blast. No one needs the Blast. Blast is just bad. Blast would actively get in the way of having fun. So we won't do that. Hello, Kraken's Yard, how you doing? Now, I've got something on this setup here which a lot of people probably don't do for a Saren, and that's I've actually gone for an actual tank rather than shield gating. I don't know how common it is. I see a lot of people when they build Sarens, they go, yeah, shield gate, no hit points. I don't like playing that. I'll be quite honest with you. Radiation mods exist now. True, but also not a useful status type for what we're doing. I just don't have a need to use radiation here, and I don't like relying on shield gating. Because, look at this, I'm just kind of half brain dead slamming myself into them and they die. And that is, to me, far preferable over recasting ability up to every 1.3 seconds in the hopes that I don't sneeze for too long and get blasted to Stone Age. It's just much more chill this way to me. Which is exactly why I play Levels. Levels is chill. Shieldgate feels like far more like a crutch for people who would lack a skill. No. Shieldgating is skill-based. The type of skill is different, but it is still skill-based because you would struggle to be able to constantly shieldgate every 1.3 seconds, quite frankly. To have the energy income for it, to be able to manage it without gimping some other part of your build, to actually continuously shieldgate tanking is just not reasonable to have happen. So you need to find some way to make it where you don't need to use your shieldgate that much, or otherwise set up your build to accommodate that, and that is itself a skilled play. My more lazy tank approaches is lazy tank, which means it is less skillful, it is lazy. That does not increase the skill level, that is reducing the skill level. Also, hi Angst, I'm never going to attack you, is that okay? Cool. I just killed an Acolyte without ever touching it. That's Saren, I killed an Acolyte I never touched. Yup. That'll do it. How am I doing today? I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well yourself. Got my trusty mug of tea in hand, or rather, to the side. I'm currently using both hands to play Saren. Understandable, really. You really should be using two hands on your mouse and keyboard when playing Saren. If you find yourself using one hand, you're probably doing something wrong or inappropriate. Either which way, switch back to two hands. Andrew is now going to demonstrate, here's the wrong. Notice how little I can actually do with one hand. Don't be an umpty, use both hands when Sarening. Be good chap. Play Warframe like your grandma is watching and telling you go murder those baddies. Because that's definitely what grandmas say. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, neither of my grandparents seem to... I say grandparents... Neither of my nans seem to care that much about the brutality in games. Just didn't faze them, quite frankly. Depends on your grandma? Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a grandma that would approve you one-handing Saren, though, so, you know, just saying. If that's the kind of advice your nan's giving you, I'm concerned for your family tree. Just saying. Concerned for your family tree at that point. Anyway, I think this is doing a pretty good job of demonstrating that Saren just kind of decides not to perish. Like, this is sufficiently tanky. This is Steel Path, solo survival, Sedna, you know, the whole shebang of proper engagements and handling. This, however, I don't think works so well on Mott survival because the tank is pretty close to the line, and Mott survival, well, Mott, they just triple the damage there. Triple enemy damage just kind of eats you. I mean, you can still try and kill your way through it, but you're going to be wanting to use that shield game more. Which, for me, means death, because I'm lazy. Have I ever used the shooting gallery ornament? If I have, I can't remember it. To be quite honest with you. If I have, I can't remember it. Right, I'm going to extract here. This is enough here. Just for verifying this setup, yeah. Even nattering away a little bit on stream does work. Also, I love that Saren has just that little speed boost. It's not a huge one. It's like a mini vault boost. Slightly weaker, much shorter, but enough just to give you a little bit of a sprint. If you got the energy for it, it just makes it exiting feel just that little bit smoother. And that's neat. There we are.
It is done, Tenno.
Well, Andrew, yeah, fair enough. If your Nan would break the rules on this Twitch channel, don't quote her. Yeah. Serious Cleanse is much stronger. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that Malt is just a speed boost. Inzi, don't be a YouTube commenter. When I say one thing, the fact that there are other things I could have said but haven't said doesn't mean that they aren't relevant or being dismissed entirely. Don't be a YouTube commenter now, come on. We've got a live stream here. I can, at that point, respond back to you and say, no. Don't be twisting things like this. Yes, the status cleanse is a strong feature of it, but that's not what I was talking about. Ah, dear. That is a genuine issue in terms of YouTube comments. I'll be quite honest, and just comments from people on the internet in general. You talk about one thing, and rather than respond to that one thing, various people get in their minds that there's something else that could be talked about but isn't being talked about, and then they become offended that that isn't being talked about because they thought about it and therefore it is important. And while they may not think in such incredulous and personally attacked terms, they thought about it, and it's not being talked about, so now they must put it in the conversation to be talked about. Like, that works when you're just, having a chinwag with your mates and you're just shooting the breeze, talking random stuff. But when people are addressing topics in a more technical and guideful manner, no. This is how business meetings become 30 minutes instead of an email. Just from the internet's want to be constantly right. Partially. But I would extend it more to the typical person's desire to want to be involved. And if someone has nothing to do but agree with what's been said, that's not really much of an involvement. Taint Punches, first of all, what the name? Okay. Taint Punch 53, which my slightly stupid eyes read as punches. Hello, if someone wanted to hope back into Warframe, and suggestions. I've played this on and off over the years, but it's so vast and no pub. Other than that, game is amazing. I just can't seem to totally get back into it. What do you think? Also, hi! Typos it proofread? Yeah, it's fine. If you're going to come in with a name like that, I'm allowed to mock the text as well as your name. That's the rules. So, for someone who wants to get back into Warframe, any suggestions? Play this on and off, and it's so vast, there's no PvP. Other than that, game's amazing. Just can't, I'm assuming, can't seem to totally get back into it. And yeah, for Pillbug's sake, PvP does exist. Right, that's the end of that discussion. Cool, moving on. Thank you. PvP doesn't exist. It's simple Taint Punches. If you're looking for PvP in a highly mobile environment with guns and sci-fi effects, you might be wanting to consider something more like Titanfall or Apex, something along those lines, where they design the game around PvP. Whereas this game is designed around being an absolute power fantasy, where we just walk into a mission and become a walking nuclear plague. Which is Saren, by the way, in case you didn't quite get that bit. In terms of suggestions for getting back into Warframe, does it interest you? Seriously, don't look at the game for what it's not got, or what it might one day have, or if only it did this. Look at the game as it already is. Does it interest you? Do you want to level up your mastery rank to get to Legendary 3 by trying out new bits and pieces of gear? Do you want to see what different Warframes are capable of? Mix up your playstyle. Do you want to play a tank? Do you want to play a full caster? Do you want to play a weapons platform? Do you want to play someone who is on the edge of death at every moment? You did play it, you go into platinum farming? Oh, that'll sink you. Every time I log on, don't know what to do, lol. Have you done every quest? Have you done every mission? Have you done every mission on the Steel Path? Have you managed to find all of the codex entries to discover all the lore behind Ordis? So if you go into the various scans, let me see fragments, and if you go into places like this one, Confused. Oh! Clover! Oh, hello. What was it? What was it? What was it? There it is! Clover! Welcome on in. Welcome on in. How are you and all of your wonderful stream viewers doing today? Welcome on in, chat. We are having a look at Saren today. Not just the back.
I clipped Clem Wings
Not just
and
the
has
back.
Sentient Wrath on instead. More damage. Lucky Clover 1, Lucky Clover 2, Lucky Clovers Clem, Lucky Clovers Clem.
I'm not sure the bot really ever understood emotes there, but Clover, thank you very much for resubscribing at 2 months. However, that said, you clipped Titania's wings and put on Sentient Wrath. Why? Why would you do that? Why? That's horrifying. That is genuinely horrifying. I just... Hey, how to get more damage out of Titania? Take away her flight and damage. Oh, I go invisible. Warframe first person mode? Ah, never mind. Never mind, it's something to do with the shores. And anyway. Ah, dear, wow. Okay. That's, will pair well with support Mesa World Life on 4. This is what you bring to my stream? This is what you bring to the den of the practical? This is what you have? You also fixed Gauss too? No, I don't want to hear it. DX Pharaoh, thank you very much for the distraction from this momentary chaos. DX Pharaoh, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper. Enjoy a lovely blue sub badge emote. You access support a T-Lounge over on my Discord. That is a premium channel over there. And for this day only, because today is the last day of it, by the way, everyone who is a subscriber, you might want to remember, if you haven't already considered it, today is the last day of having a discount over on the merch store to get a lovely mug like this, or any of the other designs over there. Exclamation mark merch for a link to that page. If you are signed in with your subscribed account, there are discounts available, and the discount is even higher if you're tier 2 or tier 3 subscriber. The more you know. Huh. But as I say, that discount ends today because it is the 31st of January. It's about to run out. Clive saying, may I send you a video and you can just see it? Chat, we're officially a React stream now. Come on, Clover. Alright, what have you got for me? DM me it. You know where my inbox is on Disco. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? I am so going to regret this. Sent it. Alright, let's grab that. Oh, I know this is going to be great because it's freaking vertical. Oh, dear me. Alright. Let me just brace myself for this one. Let's realign the streamicals so that everyone can actually see it when we get it up here. Yep, okay. Yeah. Alright. By the way, flashbang, I use bright mode on YouTube. Sorry guys, should have warned you. My bad. My bad. Alright, so for those of you wondering what to do in Warframe, we might be about to discover something you can do, or we might be about to discover something you shouldn't do. Bright mod on YouTube? Yes, I'm not as weak as you. Deal with it. Alright.
Build, reach out to me. You're lucky Clover. You know what? I think I'm gonna remove Redline, a URL ability or something, because I don't think it needs it, and start a new build called Get Lucked build. Oh, hold on, I gotta
Get Lucked?
first. URL.
Okay, so what's the build? What's the build? Come on.
And change that ability right here. Yeah.
We're taking off Redline.
There you go. Gauss now has Aqua Blades. So we test it out.
Why?
You shall pay.
What? What use does this have?
Now, if you're looking to get high damage, Aqua Blades allows you to get in close with enemies and damaging while you're speeding and zipping around the map. This is how you make an actual build for Gauss. I hope you are able to try it out too. If you need a good build, reach out to me. You're lucky Clover. You know what? I think I'm gonna remove Redline.
Clover. Clover, I just want you to know, if you ever considered visiting the UK, don't. Because immediately after this stream, I'm calling the authorities and getting you banned from the entire country. What is that? Aquablades? Of all the things? Aquablades? Oh. Ugh. Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful! Well, I suppose beauty is within the purviews of your philosophy, but that ain't no practical solution to any problem out there. No. Ladies and gentlemen, your lucky Clover. Queen of Cringe. In so many ways. Yeah. Yeah. Redline? Yes. Redline replaced with Aquablades is Clover's build. And people complain about my builds. Okay. Yep, that's... okay. Sounds like you had a good stream. How do you unsubscribe from someone you're not subbed to? Slightly rude, slightly fair. Right, anyway, Clover, we were Sarening. We were Sarening. We were doing, you know, proper, fun, good things with Saren. Like, I killed an Acolyte without ever touching it. I never cast an ability on it. I never hit it with my melee weapon. I just existed near it, and the Acolyte decided to, perish. Now, wait till I see Titania. You know, I have eyelids. I can just not see her. You try to be a pro builder? Start with the small weights first. you know? Happens with Acolytes? Nah. That means getting right up in the face. I mean, I was just in the general vicinity of the Acolyte, and it decided it no longer wanted to be on this plane of existence. Which is a very different result. Now I'm going to take this over to Steel Path, because... sorry, not to the Zaraman. We're already on Steel Path. See what happens here. Clover, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Urani Lover. Why? Is Urani Lover even typing in this chat right now? Or have you just managed to find someone called Urani Lover? They haven't even sent a message in this channel. God damn it, Clover. God damn it. We even have legitimate Urani lovers in this community. We have a whole ass Urani cult on the Discord. There's nothing I can do to stop it. They're always there. Threatening us with their aura. It's just a thing. It's a force of nature at this point. You create a community. Urani fans, they appear. A cult? Yeah, there is a cult, straight up. Oops, I just fell. If you go onto the Discord and ask for the Urani cult, you'll be informed. They'll let you know. They will find you. I don't know that I've ever seen that shield before. Or if I have, I've killed them too quick to normally notice. I don't normally get up close to things. I prefer guns, but... Oh, I freaking didn't equip my bloody Naramon again, did I? I'm a moron. No. Bad lasers. Bad juju lasers. And there goes all my freaking combo again. Am I shield tanking with Saren? Yes, I am. I have found that Saren effectively shield tanks when appropriately modded, and that means that you can spend less time having to shield gate to survive. You can just kind of exist around ordinary steel path damage and, you know, not die. So I can focus more on just being a Beyblade. You just search the name. Fair enough. Clover, I have a question for you. Completely unrelated, by the way. Absolutely 100% unrelated. Clover, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons? See, at least I was telling you the truth when I said completely unrelated. You definitely had no idea that question was coming. I believe Ken is not playing Lavos. I know, right? But I did still manage to make a Warframe tanky. Well, somewhat tanky. I say as my entire shield vanishes. Alright, Clover, you take care. We'll talk another time. What am I doing to Saren? Not what Clover does to Saren, or other Warframes. See, Clover would look at Saren and go, you know what I need to put on Saren's first ability? Definitely Decoy, because then you can use Molt and Decoy to have 2 fake Sarens at the same time. That's what Clover would do. Yes, did play D&D, but didn't get to last long. The group couldn't meet up. I see. So you got a little bit of experience. Not a lot, but a little bit of experience. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So the fly tries buzzing around my head again. I really should have switched to Naramon. Not switching to Naramon is actively killing this build right now. The point I'm just going to abort the mission is pissing me off. Quite frankly. So again in April, Ken? Yeah. Don't worry, I have plans in motion. People say, Ken, you just saw what she does to Warframe builds. What do you think is going to happen if she's playing D&D? Her best. So for those of you who don't know why I'm asking, I have been, since November 2022, it's been a long project, I have been turning Warframes into D&D monsters. This is a project which has now moved on to its next stage. I have assembled a group of playtesters in this community. 13 playtesters getting together to basically face off against these and see how appropriately balanced they are. They should be well balanced, but just to make sure all the fine-tuning little tweaks are in here or there. And with the closed playtesting out of the way, then I would move on to more open testing and follow up with, well, trying to find a way to appropriately release this. There are over 230 stat blocks in this document. Over 230. Suffice to say, it's a big ass piece. I've streamed this too. I've streamed the creation of some of them, yes indeed. You're very right. But now every single Warframe is accounted for. All 55. I've got everything from Ash all the way through to Zephyr. Corvex is in there. Citrine is in there, Dagatha's in there, Euradia's in there, Lavos is in there, the whole lot. 13 playtesters. I'm sure this number will not be foreshadowing how things go for us. But it's fine. I'm also part of it, so there's 14 people. You see? We're all good. Jupiter Hydroid, that one's in the works. That one's in the works. Alright, Clover, I'll let you know. Oh, you know, 13 is a lucky number? For some. For some. You must have this list? List? What list? If you're talking about the document that I've been working on, it ain't no frickin' list. Who's to ask? Honestly, I feel like most Warframes could fight the Tarask and win. At least most Primes. I feel like most Primes would take down the Tarask solo. So the way that I've designed it is that there is an Initiate, an Adept, a Master, and a Prime. For challenge rating, approximately 4, 9, 14, and 19. To put that into terms for people who've not played D&D, challenge rating 4 is a proper boss fight for your go-getter heroes who've got themselves a couple levels, trying to fight out into the world. Challenge rating 9 is, okay, this is a tough encounter for your more seasoned heroes fighting for their local land. 14 is, okay, this is the kind of thing where we start calling in the best of the best we can find an entire country. Because that thing is a right threat. And then challenge 19 is there someone on this plane of existence who can help out with this? Because we're in trouble. Who's the tankiest Warframe in the project? In terms of most hit points in Aros. In terms of outright tank, I can't say yet, to be honest. I mean, there are some that just go invulnerable, so, you know. That's just a thing. What do I think about the new augments? Which one sounds promising? I don't have information on the new augments. I don't remember DE making an official announcement, Pharaoh. And we don't do leaks here. We don't do leaks. What is Ballas? A stain on your shoe? Hello, Gonzalez. How's the framing of wars? Pretty good. I just need to switch this over to Naramon and then get back to shooting things. Or rather, stabbing things. Slashing things. Killing things. Not like for a stat block. Challenge rating 0. Stain on your shoe. Smells bad. So has disadvantage on stealth. Yeah. Centophia going in Atlas, Trinity, whom else? So yeah, it was a combo of Atlas, Trinity, Cora, and Wisp. Because that combo, you've got Atlas, big beef that could throw you around. Trinity that's restoring everyone. You've got Cora that is restraining everyone. And then Wisp that can just create this wide, devastating beam powered by the entire fucking sun. And not messing around. None of this slow ramp up over 10 seconds hoo-ha. No, she just kind of sets a giant beam and can refocus it on each of her turns. And anything that ends up in that beam is struggling. If you don't pass one of the saving throws, you become blinded for an hour, having fallen into that beam. An hour. You're going to need some help to get out of that quickly, because even if you can't see her, Wisp is still there. And the other three. Yeah. Wisp 4 being actually good. That's the design I've gone with all of them, including making original Hydroid good as well. I made it where, for example, Hydroid Prime, his swim speed is high enough that he can catch up to a speeding medieval ship. Obviously not like a modern day supercarrier, but a speeding medieval ship. He'd be able to catch up to it, overtake it, be visible in the water, actually be the water around it. Board it, slip through a crack in the boards or a keyhole, any tiny little gap, and just reform, choking everyone to death with giant kraken tentacles everywhere. Actually threatening. Now, what would Necros do in a D&D setting? Murder. Mostly that, murder. And then resurrect the dead as his own. Which also has a stat block for it. All of that is covered. So, yeah. The lower tier Warframes, the Initiates, are designed to be very defeatable. But at the same time, they're still challenge rating 4, so very low level groups can't screw around. And just 2 of them together becomes threatening.
Trust in your training.
So, speaking of threatening, let's be threatening here. I am Saren. I go stabby stabby slashy slashy killy killy. My arcane would activate, that would be great. The whole point to have it is to, you know, not perish. There we go. You don't even need to know which arcane I was talking about there. Both of them activated, so that was good.
No flagging. You're my favorite little meat grinder.
Other players, Warframes or fighting Warframes? Fighting Warframes. So the design I went with was to make them monsters, because monsters are relatively simple characters compared to players. So it means then that basically they can be dropped into any campaign for any length of existence without having to try and figure out, okay, well, how does an entire Warframe cast exist and a whole class and make it balanced and fit into other things, blah, 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 blah. He described Saren as a D&D monster, very similar to Saren as a Warframe monster. Right down to the bit where you really probably don't want to deal with her, quite honestly. Not high tank, lot of damage. Hey, nice bubble. Maybe. Oh, it's already gone. Player has a lot more than 4 abilities. Exactly, yeah. Warframes typically have only 4 abilities, and in Warframe, you just sometimes just look at some of those abilities and go, yeah, that doesn't exist, does it? So, in D&D, making it into 4 unique spells for that Warframe, that works. That works.
Huh? What? Who? Where am I? Who are you? Who am me? What me is? What? Help.
Esprit, let me fill in a couple things for you. You are Esprit, a VIP on this channel, a long-term subscriber, subscribing at 27 months to the channel The Kengineer, you know, where we solve practical problems and talk random stuff like Dungeons & Dragons. Thank you very much for dropping that over here, Esprit. Hope you're doing well as well. Esprit here is one of the people who has in fact signed up to be part of the closed playtesting. So they'll be facing off against some of these Warframes I've been building. Oh shit, I've just realised I'm Ballas. I made the Warframes. Ah, fuck. That's not the life I want to live. So Ballas, canonically, in Dungeons & Dragons, is a good person now. Just saying, there you go, yeah. That's how I rescue that one. Ballas is a good person. Signed, Ballas. There we are. Nailed it. No one will suspect a thing. Put a picture of myself and stab it 37 times. Why do that when I could just stab real me? The number of times I have accidentally stabbed myself. Small nicks here or there, but you know, kind of silly. Why are players fighting Warframes then? Do you mean why are they fighting them ever, or why are they fighting them in the specific test? I mean, players will fight good things if they think they'll get loot out of it, and Warframes gather loot, so, you know, it's a perfect life. Right, I was really hoping this Acolyte wouldn't turn up next to this portal. Not gonna lie to you. I was really hoping they'd turn up, you know, a little bit more over here near enemies, rather than a fucking portal back to the start. So if they could make their way over here... Where is he? Why is he still... Try, you bitch! I had to kill him the old-fashioned way. Just walk up to him and hold E. God damn it. It's just in, Ken will learn how to sew. I only know how to sew. You think my mum raised me without learning how to sew? Come on now, what kind of life do you think I lead? I had a proper upbringing. I don't know how to sew, cook, clean, and the rest of it. Sewing is an important skill? Absolutely is. Oh, I'm not surprised how many people don't know how to sew. I am absolutely not above making out that not knowing how to do basic things like cooking, sewing, and cleaning are a problem. Your mum never taught you how to sew? Then learn how to sew. Find out how to. Watch a YouTube tutorial. It's like there's a bajillion out there. And I know that you watch YouTube tutorials because you watch me. And I do YouTube tutorials. So I know that's not a problem for you. No, seriously, yeah. You don't need to learn all the fancy stitches and whatnot. You don't need to be great at it. Just knowing how to make 2 bits of fabric come together and stay together. That's sewing. Well done. You know how to sew, you just crap at it? That's fine. If you know how to sew 2 pieces of fabric so that they come together, stay together, and don't cause problems in the process, success. Doesn't matter how good or bad it is, if you meet those criteria, it's a success. And if it doesn't meet those criteria, figure out why not. Yeah, for making clothing from scratch, I think I would make an absolute abomination. But that's because I'm not a clothier. I'm not a seamstress, a tailor, or any of those job roles. But to fix a hole in a shirt? Yeah, no problem. No problem. Gonzalez76, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Welcome to the channel proper, my dude. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge, your emotes, your access to supporter T Lounge, the premium channel over on the Discord, and as I mentioned earlier, you also have access to the last day of the discounts over in the merch store today. Exclamation mark merch for the link to that. Hey, sorry to bug. What would be a good element for a new core primer? Magnetic is a very good one as a general overall thing. It works well with condition overload, galvanized aptitude, galvanized shock, galvanized savvy. It's also good at priming the corpus, which, let's face it, you can just slap that on there, have magnetic viral, you get through everything at that point. It doesn't combine with anything else, so overall just very good to have. And yeah, Gonzalez, you can grab yourself one of these on a discount now. Double win. Hell, fuck it, why stop at one? The discount is unlimited. If you bought 50 things, you get 50 discounts. Job done. Can you do a sewing stream when? I don't think we need a sewing stream. Elder Waffle, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper as well yourself there. If you forgot you had a free sub, hey, there you are. You got it. Thank you very much for taking $2.50 out of Jeff Bezos' pocket. Absolutely. Elder Waffle, cheers on that as well. As I'm saying, it's not like Toxin will save your monster on viral like other generator weapons. Yeah, because if you're going for a Prime and new core, you're going to want to have multiple things going on in there, which means you can't just have Toxin to put cold on, because if you then also put heat, you'll actually end up with blast. And blast. Horrible. Godokos, thank you for subscribing with your Prime as well. There's a few people coming out of these Prime subs today. I really do appreciate this, guys and gals. Thank you very much for the support as well there, Godokos. And Gonzalez with Hydrate. You know what, this considers a double. We'll just go for 2. Oh. There we are, 2 in 1. I'm going to run out of tea so quickly. No, there are no yippee bugs. No yippee bugs. We're fine. Do we think the next Prime will be Protea or Zaku? Honestly, I have no idea. I've reached a point where I've just forgotten release order of frames. There was the frames that came before Wisp. There was Wisp, Grendel, Gauss. And then the frames that came after them. That's how it is in my head. That Jova, thank you for subscribing with Prime as well. 10 months! Woo! 10 months after a string of 1 monthers right there. Just racking up with a double digiter, why not? And Azefski? Azefshi? Azef the 11th? Azif. Bro, help me out here. I'm sorry, no. Yes? Excellent, thank you, cool. You are now Az. Thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. It is Azef the 11th. Okay, cool. Capital letters, they help people. Cheers indeed for dropping that Prime over here as well. Crikey, that's just a few and a bit right there. Thank you very much, all 5 of you. Do I have Lavos builds? Lavos builds. Do I have Lavos builds? Do you even know how you're talking to? There you are, that's a Lavos build. This is Lavos build that will get you done for near enough everything you need to do. There you are. Yep, you're sorted. You have a look at that whilst I time out Timber Chat here for 2,035 seconds. Because they asked for it. Boop. Bye Tim. Catch you in the next one. Well, maybe in just half hour. But yeah, that's basically a build. If you're using a Predacital Kubro, you could swap that out for, what do you call it? Where is it? Mecha Empowered, and go Mecha Set approach. If you're not doing that, if you wanted to, you can go Corrosive Projection, but you don't really need it. If you want to be an absolute troll, you can go Energy Siphon, share that with people and have them go, no, you can't use Energy Siphon on Lavos, he doesn't have energy. And you just ignore them because you're clearly trolling and having fun. You could do that. I can't stop you. And then if you wanted to go for Golden Instinct, yeah, you can just do that as well and just slap it together. It works. High efficiency does allow you to cool it down a lot quicker. Nourish a Lavos? You horrible person. You horrible, horrible person. You like cross projection, now I'm tempting you to use Energy Siphon instead? Wow. Yeah, that's not what I'm asking you to take away from this. King, thanks for the energy. Yeah, no, that's not the takeaway you should be taking from this. Alright, so, Saren. We're focused on Saren today. More than anything, we are focused on Saren. So what I've been demoing there is just a all-rounder approach. This is a focus on not being focused. This is... Alright, you don't need the caps there, dude. This is a combo of shield tanking. I've put a fair amount into it. We've got Prime Redirection, Adaptation, and Aegis, and Brief Respite into the shield tanking here. So I kind of want it to actually survive. We got Venom Dose to help out with the weapon buffing, going alongside Toxic Lash. We can get both corrosive and toxin output without needing to put it on the weapon whatsoever. But also, with a high range and then decent duration and strength, we can use both Spores and Miasma as a setup for a caster approach. So all three bits, we got the shield tank, gunplay, and caster play combined together. When was Prime Redirection added? A few weeks back now. What's the issue with using caps? It's usually considered to be shouting. You use caps for emphasis, mate. So yeah, that is what I have kind of settled on, and as you saw there, in using it against the Corpus and the Grineer, it survives sufficiently. Redirection adaptation is interesting. Is it? Is it interesting? Like, there's not many ways to make shields resist more damage. This is the way to do it. You can't put armor, so all of the armor options available to Warframes just do not matter, and there are no alternatives. The only real damage reduction we can apply through modding and arcanes is this. There are some other things here, so like, I think it was Double Back, yeah, Arcane Double Back, one of the most disappointing arcanes to have ever been added to the game. Gain plus 25% damage resistance for 4 seconds per dodge, double jump, and bullet jump. Except, it's not quite that on the stacking up to 3 times, because if you dodge 3 times in a row, it's still only 25%. It's also only 4 bloody seconds, and doesn't refresh, doesn't stack, doesn't share timers. So if you dodge, double jump, bullet jump, and it takes you 2 seconds to do that, well, you'll only have 2 seconds and 75% resistance, then it'll start going down again. So there's just really not a lot of ways to make shields tankier, other than adaptation, and if you are trying to shield tank, you might as well get 180%, it's a lot. It's a hell of a lot. Yeah. Yeah, Baby King, you're starting to sound like a troll. You might want to change your tune, mate. Otherwise, Mod might decide that you don't belong here. Just a warning. A final one at that. You want to experiment with double back so bad? It's just bad? Yeah, no, it's bad. There's nothing to experiment with. I did experiment. It's just bad. You know, shield tank is more viable now? It is more viable, yeah. But still, Arcane Aegis is there because at the end of the day, it's still shield hit points. They only go so far. Those 1,000 hit points, they've got no other resistance on them, which when you consider my Lavos is rocking 2,000 armor and 2,000 health. So this is substantially weaker than the tank that I have on Lavos. Substantially. Does adaptation not work on shields? No, Eldon, it does work on shields. That's why I have it on a shield tanking build. How did you come to that conclusion? Sorry, I'm trying to do my best to communicate things and say things to people. How did you get that from all that I just said there? I'm impressed. And not in a good way. You'd alt-tabbed? I see. Audio is known for not working when alt-tabbed. Got it. There's only so much I can do. There really is. Fair do, Eldon. Fair do. But as I was saying, Arcane Aegis is on here because at the end of the day, these two are only giving you so much defense. when this procs, it's 12 seconds of just straight up near invulnerability. And by the time it runs out, if you've not killed everything around you in those 12 seconds, you at least are likely to have a good amount of shields again with your shield gate refreshed. So Arcane Ages is an absolute godsend for shield tanks. It really is. Master Legno say, I need to flex a little. Your videos are lucky. I watched about Netra Cells drops and in 5 runs got 3 Talforge shards and 1 normal. Ooh! And to think that last week, I ran the Netra Cells, I managed to get 5 loads of Bupkis. No shards, no legendary arcanes. Yeah. I'm just gonna get rid of you. You're annoying me. Just go away. Alright then, moving on. This week I'll rake in 5 Talforged Red. Ha! One would be so lucky. How about we see if we can make that happen? How about we see if we can make that happen? I'm going to set this to invite only. If you'd like to join me on some Netra Cells, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you on into the squad. See what we can get up to, eh? See what we can manage. I'm going to head on into Deimos and get us ready in the Sanctum Anatomica. It's time to Netra Cell with Sarin. See how that goes. I mean, I think that's the fairest, highest reasonable test of what she can handle. Can you do Netra Cells if you've done all 5 already? I think you can, yeah. You just don't get further rewards. Any chance of Gamba? Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. Not how it works. You need to send me a message in game. I can't invite you from Twitch chat. It's never worked that way. Fuzzy Acid. That's how you get invited. Feldmere. That's how you get invited. And one more for the last spot. Do I think D will add a way to dissolve combined shards? No idea. They haven't said anything about it. We got one more spot available for anyone else who'd like to join us on this here. Racing, Rib confirmed. They're reviewing the 4-to-1 merge cost for Talforged. Don't know what will be yet, but it's an active discussion. So here's the thing, if Talforged were fairly handed out, it would be fine 4-to-1. Like, legitimately. If everyone got the same amount of Talforge for the same amount of effort, it would be 100% fine. I'd be okay with it. Which shows that the 4-to-1 merger cost isn't the problem. It's the fact that the way of getting more Talforged is so expensive, specifically hurts those who are less lucky. And it's just, oh, come on. I've done whole videos on this, DE. I cited psychologists. I pointed it out. Why are we still having these issues? Well, yeah. Other Riven Spirits, you have multi-shot damage, Riven... Sorry, multi-shot damage, electric Riven for the Burston. The Incarnate gains radiation. Should I keep Red Viral, or is there something better I can do? I mean, if you want to, you can stick with the radiation there. You can have Rad Viral, absolutely. I don't actually use Viral on my Burston. I go for a Corrosive Heat approach, which you could also do. It would be a little bit more corrosive than you might have bargained for with that electric Riven, but you could go your Riven, Toxin mod, and then optional extra heat mod to get even more heat out of it as well. Viral works, but you don't have to run it.
What I wouldn't give for some of
But yeah, Rad Viral can work as well. The Burston puts out so much damage, you're probably going to be okay there. Indy saying, only started playing like half a year ago. No way I'm paying 4 normal shards for 1 tower. That's understandable. Alright, everyone should be loaded in by now.
Go with the herd, you know? Done.
It's just, if Talforge is supposed to be this higher tier upgrade that you might get by chance, but then also can sacrifice a bunch of extra shards for, that's fine. For the people who have extra shards, that it becomes a, hey, wouldn't it be nice? But for those that just have fewer Tower Forged, they're now being told, well, actually your reward, you need to give up 4 rewards to get what that guy got once. That's just, oh, come on. I don't want to fuck with this with Sauron, to be quite honest. Like, I'm happy running through, but I don't want to grab keys as Sauron. Not on the first run here. I haven't actually done an Etricel with this build yet. Feels like a system made for long-time players, not newbies. Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said, fusing 4 shards into a Tower Forge as a thing for long-term players, that's fine. It's still the unfairness of the acquisition that makes it seem like such an expensive problem. And I'm trying to get back to the point on that is to do with the fact that it's just unfairly distributed, and there's no way you can counter that. Not as a player. You can't trade for them. If you get a shard you don't want, tough. If someone else has a shard spare that you would like, tough. There is nothing you can do about that. So the biggest answer to RNG mitigation in every MMO ever, you can't do. That's where my issue is. So the Tower Forge conversion rate being 4 times a normal shard, it is expensive in itself. But for a very late game upgrade, that kind of thing is just MMO standard. And honestly, it's fine. It's not fine when it isn't fairly available. Shard rework when? D already put in a pity system for the shards, and I understand the psychology behind the randomness of it. It's just genuinely draining that they made an even worse randomizer than Etricels. Oh, Blood Alchemy, I don't know why the bot's not responding to you. That's weird. Why is the bot not responding to you? It's responded to everyone else so far. Working the last time I checked it. Have you broken my bot? Who's broken my bot? Oh, it's probably going to be Twitch API screwing up again, isn't it? Try a different command. Try the Gara command real quick. Oh god, it's not even responding to tickets? Oh, for God's sake.
This is it.
Nope, bounce back.
Use the key glyph and get ready for whatever happens next. We ain't done. Local threats are triggering a security override.
Alright then.
To pop the door.
Let's see if we can just handle and survive. Everstream uses Sauron right now. I'm using Sauron because Sauron is amazing, and I intend to put out a video on her this week, and a lot of people seem to have misunderstood what I was saying in my video last week. That's why I'm using Sauron. Verifying everything that I am getting ready to claim about her. Oh, that's a tanky thing. Yeah. The fact that this is a time limited, because you can do it 5 times a week, a time limited mission. Oh, there we are. That is not exactly a short one to run. That has some design issues as well. I'll be honest, the fact that I've said this every week on stream, the fact that there is no in-world visualization of the zone is silly. I think this is the in-world visualization. This right here, this tiny line, which is basically there is no in-world visualization. If that's even what I'm looking at there. It could be something else. That's how bad it is. It doesn't even line up with the minimap. Yeah, I think that might be it. But yeah. And then you get to the end of it, and a lot of people just get junk. Come on. Is there a steel path viable weapon that doesn't need a lot of setup and can be good without an incarnate? I need something so I can at least feel like I'm actually killing enemies in steel path. You'll notice right now I'm using the Foreman Prime. I am currently using the Foreman Prime. Granted, I'm using it with Saren, bit of an unfair comparison. But the Foreman Prime actually kind of slaps fully built. And good news for you on that, I have a guide to the Foreman Prime as well. A recent guide on how to use, set it up ready for Steel Path. Give that one a whirl. If you don't want an incarnate or other kind of specialty weapon, give this one a try. The links appear to be broken at the moment because the bot's having an aneurysm. So you'll just need to head on over to the YouTube channel. Yeah, if you search Kengineer, Foreman, I think you'll be fine. Instead, yeah, not surprised to be honest.
What's going on with necromites? Trying to lock this thing down.
It's almost certainly going to be a Twitch issue. Oh, they got that necromite. I didn't even need to come all this way, to be honest. I will just run back. Screech. But yeah, Foreman kind of gets work done. Even against enemies which are generally resistant. And this, I'm actually currently using a Foreman with a altered setup because I was screwing around with Saren's kit specifically. So I'm currently, if I recall, on a headshot focus setup, which is actually technically a kind of weaker version of it. I'm specifically using it because it also pours out a shitload of status. What's a good Steel Path secondary that's also fairly easy to get / build? I mean, if you look at the Epitaph, then the Takuva new core is right up there as well, because you can get the new core pretty easily these days. You should be able to if you're getting the Epitaph. You've got kit guns you can have a look at. Those are great. Latum, honestly, easy to get hold of, and that's great. It depends on your measure of easy, quite frankly. And Saren has survived the Netrocell.
Albrecht didn't want anyone in here. I want to know why.
Latum carried you in Steel Path? I mean, it's a very strong gun, yeah. It is, dare I say it, a late game gun. I know a lot of people scoff at the idea of late game. Tough, Steel Path is late game.
Okay.
The very early game is the first part of the star chart where you don't need any modding. Early game is where you learn you need some modding. Mid game is where you transition into going, okay, so what's this level 30 to 100 bullshit? That's your mid game. And then your late game is Steel Path. Quite frankly, that measure fits. The only justification I've ever seen someone give for that not being accurate is, you called Steel Path late game. Usually I stop caring what that person has to say at that point. Just in general. Just got into Steel Path, got my first Incarnate, put it on my Burst and Prime, but similar to others, having trouble in Steel Path, feel like my shots are doing pitiful damage. Without knowing what your mod setup is, I can't tell you what you're doing wrong. Because it is going to be 99% your modding. 99% of it will be your modding. Also, what do we get here? What's my loot? What's my reward for the last 9.5 minutes? It is a melee arcane. Well, now we know it's not going to be 5 Tau Forged. Yeah. Alright. I'm good. Let's go. Netracell 2 of 5.
I know you can take a punch.
Now that we know that it's not rigged in my favor, let's put a prediction up on this one. Let's keep this nice and simple. Will I get an Archon Shard? Yes or no? You can have 5 minutes on this one because, well, the missions take longer than that anyway. Yeah, it's better than nothing. Damn, babe. Now, come on now. Don't kick a man while he's down. You see, Archon Shard is less likely option. I mean, given how I've not had one in the last 6+ Netracells, yeah.
There's no version of
Yeah.
this that feels good.
I'm going to be really lazy and let someone else pick up keys again. Yep, because I don't want any of those. Thank you very much. You have 6,000 plat, saving 20 is barely worth your time. Very correct, yeah. Melee arcane adapters, I'm fine. Like, I'm not going to be burning through my platinum with those.
Way out of the anchor hold. Use that terminal.
I'm good. Thing is, when it came to Archon hunts, I was very lucky. When I put out the video talking about the unfairness of Talforge, I was very lucky up to that point. I was above the average. Considerably above the average. And still pointed out there's a point. There's a problem. Oops. Oh yeah. Ah, freaking. I feel like I understand why the waypoints were done this way, but it's still slightly annoying that the waypoints were done where it only marks one at a time. It's the nearest one. And so I have to use the mini-map to navigate to the not nearest one. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, so waypoint is going left, so I'm going to go straight ahead. This way. Through the concrete desert.
Near that book. You're made of stronger stuff
Oh,
than
someone's
me.
found the book. Ah, right. Gonna have to go back for that. Yeah, let's do the book. Let's go back for the book. I swear to God, if it teleports itself all the way to the start again, ugh.
But it's not you. Kill it.
Was no. Delete that thing real quickly. Thank you. What does the book give? It gives us another arcane. Yeah, everyone, have a corrosive buff. Look at all the status effects we got on it. I'm gonna melee it. There we go.
It's still hunting. Find the burrow it winters in.
Alright.
Kill that.
Is it worth it? Considering the mission we're already doing, might as well. Wait. Where is it? This way. Where am I navigating? I think I'm navigating this way. That works. I'll arrive slightly late and just get the reward. That's fine.
But then you killed it.
Wait till it bugs out and it doesn't stop cackling. I've had it bug out where it was just invulnerable. It just lifted into the air, stopped doing anything, and just went invulnerable. It's like, ah, okay. I guess we're not fighting that then. Yeah. It's just what it is, really. But I do think the Netracell's reward table is overly engineered towards making you hope for a reward rather than giving you a reward. Overly engineered to it, to the point that it fails at that. I'll be quite honest with you. The only reason I consider it is because FOMO, quite frankly. If I don't do it, I can't get an Archon Shard. At least not the ones that can drop here. But if I do it, there's no guarantee of that, not even close. I can't trade for one, I can't earn one, nothing. It's just... It's like the worst parts of farming assassinations.
That's the Metro cell. Open it.
We just need whoever's got the keys to turn it on.
Right door.
It's like the worst part of farming assassinations,
Try
but...
a different one.
Time limited and all the rest on top of it. David said they're looking to give Netshells an overhaul. They have said they're looking to get an overhaul. They didn't give any details on that, and I don't remember them saying it was in the next update, to be honest. I remember the overall information they gave on Netrocells in the dev stream was bad. Seriously. Where is that? Oh yeah. I have a plague. It's spreading everywhere. Never mind, it's decaying. Oh, I lost 2,000 damage there. They said they were changing it with the next update as they're introducing another activity. That's what it was, yeah, a replacement activity. Yeah. For which they gave very little detail and honestly left it up in the air. I'm like, okay. That's what they've got for us. Yeah. I recall now, it wasn't next update I was annoyed at, it was next dev stream. It said, in this dev stream just gone, we'll give you more detail in the next dev stream. It's like, okay, sure. So we just got another month of absolutely nothing on that then. Now, we'll see what happens, but like, that didn't sound good. But at the same time, D have done a lot of good over the last year, so let's not be too hasty to write it off. It did feel a bit crap, to be quite honest with you. Oh god, if they make the 60 eyes boss the one, yikes.
Security level dropping. Don't quit now. I gotta know what's in that Netracell.
I don't know what would be the best solution given what marketing they're going for. It's a free-to-play game. Honestly, I don't know. I just know the bits that feel like shit. It's a toughie. It really is a toughie. Meanwhile, everything's falling apart under Fulman. If I destroy the Necromite, someone's going to get to that faster than me, so I'm not even going to bother going for it. If I stay here, more enemy spawns will be here once the zone comes back. Blake just say, I'm not sure why they bothered with the dev stream in the first place. They do monthly dev streams, and they do that to help build hype for the game, which is how they keep their sales going. It's marketing. Why do you think they put a drop there? To get people to tune into their marketing, to get more people to know about the game and its marketing, to then continuously come to it. Bugged, can't pick up. Okay, I'm away. Got it. Weird bug. The performance very welcome. Yeah. Can't find Necromite. Alright, on my way. I may be Sarin, but I can do these things. I can pick up the item. I can see the Necromite. Probably. Oh. I can lose my damage stacks. Yeah, you pick that up for a bit. There we are. Okay, have we checked up there? There it is. Got it instantly. Just instant. Look up. In that tile, it likes to spawn on the head of that guy. The bot responded to that. Wow. Maybe the bot's back. Maybe the bot's back. Can people grab tickets again? That'd be good. Ooh. Balls. Send out some corrosive buffs, so he does a little bit of corrosive damage added onto their weaponry. You're a TF2 player, you never look up, and that is why the flying pyros killed you. And the soldiers, for that matter, and the demos. And the scouts to come off of rooftops. Honestly, TF2 player is not an excuse to not look up. Hey, the bot's back at least, though. So that's good. It is good to have bot back. You are the soldier that bombs? Then look up for the even higher soldier. There's always a higher soldier. Ah, look up, gotta give the market garden soldiers some fun. Ha! Oh, dear. You don't think normal glass is that durable? Prince Rupert's drop. You were saying? Ooh, 2 Indrati Lanthorns. Ah, that's going to be my resource booster. I got a login booster of a week of all of them, I think it was. That was nice. Yeah, people don't look up in a lot of games because you're not really given a reason to do so. It's understandable. Alright. I was told to say good luck, everyone. Let's see. What do you know? It works. You say good luck, everyone, you get the shard. Alright then. Points for the believers. Points for the believers. There we are. Tau Crimson, no less. I'll do it. It's 4 Tau 40 reds, not 5? Ah, okay. Hydrate? I just hydrated, but sure, why not? Ooh. Cheers. Oh, look at that. They're so happy with the result, they want to go again. They feel a luck streak coming on. The Urania was lucky? No, that's no. No. As we load in, I'm gonna just casually stretch and definitely not show off the jacket, you know. One that you can get in the merch store. Discount running out. Just saying. Nope. 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 Nope, I don't want any of this. Someone else carry them. Carry me! Is it comfy now? Honestly, I really like this. It's slimmer than my other jackets. So, I would say if you are on the chonkier side, you might want to go an extra size up. If you wider than typical for your shirt size, I'd say. But for someone like myself, honestly, it's a lovely fit.
The Netracell is hidden.
I'm quite happy to wear it. I wore it all around TennoCon.
Sniff it out yourself or get control of terminals.
Let's see. Oh, that one's the closest one. I want to go for a different one. Is Sarin better than Wisp? They do different things, my dude. You just asked me, is a knife better than a fork? They do different things. If you're picking up your chips, fries if you're American, with a knife, you're kind of doing it wrong. I mean, it'll work, but you're doing it wrong. Knife and fork both stab things? Yeah, and Wisp and Sarin both damage things. You're still comparing a knife and a fork and saying which one's better. Alright. Get that done straight away. Check the room for a hidden buck. Nope. Definitely nothing. No voice line, nada, zip, nothing. Oh, hey. Yoink. Let's head over to the actual Netro Cell itself now. Might as well get the plague started. That'll just work on them for a bit. One of my headphones, some basic Sony ones I picked up in an airport.
Use the key glyph and
That's it.
get ready for whatever happens next.
Nothing special, just headphones.
We ain't done. Local threats are triggering a security override. Clear out the uglies to pop the door.
Alright. Secondary weapons deal red crits? Well, get me in on that deal. Red crit double boosted kit gun laser beam. Yep. Yeah, that does something. Now we just need everything to actually get inside the zone. Those look like 3 years old. Yeah, my headphones are much like me. Look a lot younger than they are. Oh yeah. Oh, so much for the red crits. They're already gone. Alright, back to Foreman. Because this could also red crit. Okay, that thing is holding on. And freaking the fuck out. I have no stacks on the Foreman, that's my trouble here. It needs stacks to operate, I need something to stack on. Headshot please, thank you. That was perfect, that was the exact enemy I needed to see. Let's destroy the Recomite.
Something's going on with necromites. Trying to lock this thing down.
Where is it?
Take him out. We ain't got all day.
Oh, someone found it. It was just outside my sight line. How old are these? They're about 10 years. I got these in an airport summer 2014, I want to say. Yeah, so they're just coming up to 10 years old now. Juicy double Xmas. And the ones that I can't headshot to death to charge my dead head on. Seriously, the lack of headshots, headshot kills available in this mission really does get on my nerves. Like, do you spend all this time introducing headshot bonuses and headshot focuses and headshot weaponry and headshot charging in cannons? And then they create these things where the headshots instantly pop if you so much as glance at them. And then the unit dies to not a headshot because it commits suicide. Ah. My headphones are just a bit younger than Warframe. Yep, sounds about right. Here's the thing, I don't use these headphones out and about all that much. Like, I've travelled with them, don't get me wrong, I have. But if I travel with them, I travel with them very carefully. I bundle them very tightly into my coat pocket. Literally. There we are, we got that, nice and quick. Kazo, I have no idea what you're on about. Yeah, I have no damage stacks to assist my killing of this. Ah, pain. Would I call myself frugal? Yeah. Yeah, Kazo, we have a rule against shitty bad jokes here. You've just broken that one. That's your final warning. And I know that's your first time on the channel here. It's still your final warning. Who just walks into a channel like that? Get back into Warframe, that cross saves thing. Best Warframe content creator, in my opinion. Thank you. Appreciate that. I think that's what you mean by CC. I'm assuming so. It makes sense in the context. My astonishing use, I have impeccable awareness of in-game noises about top-tier giant extra special headphones. I don't have perfect awareness. It's just I've played this game enough that I have a good enough idea as to what's going on. Including the fact that I'm looking off to the side and still bullet jumping through because now I'm somewhat used to this style set. And so with a glance have a good idea as to what I'm doing. I get stuck from time to time, you'll notice me derp around, but it's just experience. Oh. I just knew that one was about to set off. No. Oh, we got stuff in here. Whilst everyone else turns up. Yoink. Yoink. And let's crack that open. Hi. Easy. I'm the best Warframe crit chance. Hey! Another Archon shard. Alright then. This week is better. Don't want to fight the Void Rig? Nah, not today. We'll just deny the Void Rigs where we can. Hello Penguin, how you doing? No Gambit though? We don't do a Gambit every time, Fork. We don't do it every time. How else are you supposed to throw these banners away? I mean, you've got a bunch of options. You know? You can always do this. Thank you. Alright, let's get cracking. And yeah, sure, why not? Let's set a prediction on this next one. Will we get an Archon shard? Simple yes, no, 5-minute prediction. Off we pop. Still the Octavia song, it's very funny. I'm glad you appreciate it. I spent more than a little bit of time making sure it was as good as I could get it, I'll be honest. Alright, we are all together, ready to go. Let's get cracking. That concerns me, Zon. That concerns me. Extra Xmas, I can carry that key. I don't want to carry that one. I don't want to carry that one. I don't want to carry that one. I will carry one key. That is my part. Yeah. Oh, my cipher's running a bit low. I'm just going to hold space.
Terminal to exit into the labs.
Oops, okay. For once, holding space didn't actually pass it. I will have to be a little bit more sensible. Honestly, I can usually just hold space on this, but...
Take your key glyphs and get to it. Come on.
This one's being a bit of a dick. There we are. That was unusual.
That was the easy part. Now you have to find the Netrus. Albrecht left terminals coded with partial coordinates in these halls.
Alright then, let's make our way through things. I've got a bunch of infected enemies. They will just pass... Ah! That was a surprise to me. That will passively expand my plague. Nah, we just gave the tunnel a warning and it stopped messing around. I'm just not picking up the keys because I don't want to spend the extra mental effort staying alive with those additional debuffs. I just can't be bothered. It's straight up that. It's like the lightning pulses, as long as I keep moving, not a problem. The one that means I take damage if I'm on the ground, I just keep moving, not a problem. But that means constantly focusing on that. And I don't wanna. Oh hey, the enemy's teleported forwards. We reached the entity location limit. I'll just move past him again. Opinion on hounds? Hounds have been adjusted since I last reviewed them. I'll be honest, I don't think my opinion of them is up to date, but previously they just kind of annoyed me. Their weaponry is still shite here. Like the Akaton and whatever else they're called is still shite here. Oh, am I supposed to go this way? Whoops. Yeah. Yo! Anonymous, whoever ye be, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Crowned Ladybug. Appreciate that. Ladybug, you got an admirer. Here we are. Alright, natural cell time. Let's get cracking.
Local threats are triggering a security override. Clear out the uglies to pop the door.
Bop.
How can you even
Now we work our way through.
You're made of stronger stuff than me.
Hound's good now, but still limited by the AI. Yeah, the AI is still absolute dog shit on Hounds. It really is. Like, Hounds have some functionalities to them, mostly as a result of the bond mods doing stupid stuff. But Hounds are just... Sentinels don't screw around. Oh, we got a Whisper right here.
It's not you. It's wearing your
Ah, that's
skin,
convenient.
but it's not you. Kill.
Give everyone a nice big corrosive buff against it. Can't see shit and that's absolutely fine. I am Beyblade of Doom. Wait, portals? Portals? Ah, is that going? It's his portals. I'm just basically aiming at a red marker and hoping it's in the right direction.
Still hunting. Find the burrow it winters in. Kill that.
Okay, let's go for the burrow. Or vault on that. That works too. Oh, this game is so visually noisy these days.
Down. Find him. Smash him. You found it. Kill it fast.
Slash it apart, chop the buck. And there we go. I'll be okay, so hey Ken, usually just lurk here, but have you thought about doing a video on all the ways energy regen interact? Energize, Nexus, Yellow Shards, Energizing Shots. Mouthlet seems hard to you. I'll be honest with you. We got the item. All the ways energy regen interacts is a huge topic. And not sure if it's one that actually should be addressed in that manner. I get that it's confusing to you. I fully understand that because it is a confusing topic. I'm just going to go these. I want them. But to cover all of that as a single whole video is just... that'd be a bit much. Because there are a lot of energy regen options. And then talking about which ones stack additively, which ones overlap, how different things work with different abilities, toggle abilities... Nourish interaction, Archon Shard interaction, yada 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 yada. It's better for you to individually focus on what do I have access to, what do I want to fit into this build. Because like if you're not going to use Xeneric, then you don't need to know about the interactions with Xeneric. Hey, V, it has been a while. How you doing? How you doing, dude? Oh, come on. The lack of headshotable enemies. It does me head in. It really does. Another pair of slivers. Don't mind if I do. Have I tried Grendel on this tile set?
Thinning them out.
His feast sometimes fails to ingest enemies and instead just deletes them from existence. Well, that's weird. Are you sure they're not being killed as you try to eat them? Because that could happen. Like, if they're dying on the way in, then you'll appear to suck them in but actually gain nothing. But I'd imagine you'd have noticed that. So if it's not that, no idea, honestly. Submit a bug report. That's 16,000 affinity from one thing that died somewhere off in the distance. Alright. As you do. Why does it feel like there's not enough enemies here? I mean, we just had a bunch spawn there, granted, but yeah. Enemy spawns feel a bit weird at the moment. Would leave corpses?
Albrecht's damn necromites are reinforcing.
Sorry,
the
what would leave
necroset.
corpses?
Your hands are tied until you knock them out.
I might be missing the details. You know, sucked into WoW for ages? I mean, fair enough. One MMO to another. Makes sense. One grind for another. I've never actually played World of Warcraft. Back when it would have been the rage for me, one, I was banned from it by my family. They're like, nope, 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 absolutely not having you get sucked into that game. We've seen what it does to other people in your generation. Nope, we're not having that happen. RuneScape. Anyway. And yeah, I just didn't really have friends who were playing it either. One thing. Shooting the wrong necromite? Yeah, that happens. I'm pointing where headshots might be, but it's just not getting them with the shotgun mode either. I'm trying to do that for the instant kill, like the higher per shot damage. They don't die from something else. There we go, got one headshot. One headshot kill anyway. What you seen of WoW? It's spawn, walk, diary, spawn, repeat. You couldn't say, honestly. I literally just don't know enough about WoW to say anything about it. I don't know anything about its economy, I don't know anything about its actual core gameplay loops, its pitfalls, its issues, its trials and tribulations. I just don't know about it. Know about as much about WoW as I do about Taylor Swift. Which is, again, not a lot. Ta-da! Used to play WoW with your dad back in the day? Yeah, fair do.
Albrecht didn't want anyone in here.
Do I know anything about the new augments? We haven't had any official information on it so far, so no. I forget to call out? Oh, yes, of course. The position. And extraction. Got it.
Nothing about Albrecht? Okay. Next time.
Alright. Let's get ourselves cracking on out of here. Took a slightly wrong route. It happens. Hello there, returning players of Warframe. Well, welcome on back to the grind. Hope you're doing well. Set that decoy there. And good luck, everyone. No, kind of expected them to just extract. As I said, good luck, everyone. Let's see, did it have an effect? Did we get what we need? We got a basic melee arcane. As basic as they come. Yeah, no. It's no.
Our work goes on.
Oh well. That was a dead run. And a 12-minute dead run. Well, 11-minute dead run. Yay! I said it twice. Well, that's because I said something else. Counter effects. You know what? I think you're just full of superstitious bullshit. Braden Pug saying, hey Ken, have you ever considered putting word scythes on certain warframes? My brother put it on Revenant and has found great success, considering Viral's damage bonus works on Reeve. Personally considering putting it on Lavos for the purposes of another element plus more damage on Catalyze. This one's a troll. There's gotta be a troll. I'm sorry, what? You're considering putting on Lavos for the purposes of another element. It's not a troll? Sorry, Braden Pierre, what element do you think it's giving you? What element do you think it's giving you that Lavos cannot give you? Walk me through this one. You've clearly got a line of thinking here that Viral boosts damage to health and Lavos could use Viral. But how have you got to the point that Lavos needs word scythes to do it? That's the step I'm not catching. Hey. Alright, we appear to have had someone drop out. Salt meter's popped out. Salt meter's popped out. I can't tell if that was intentional or not. And we have now also lost Jedi. I like it when people tell me that they're leaving and not just crashing. His other tools to apply Viral are not as widespread as Word Scythe's. Word Scythe's range is set 40 meters and chains between enemies. Oh, reinvite, sorry about that. Right, that wasn't intended. If there's a spot I can go and run, yeah, you can come on in. Okay. Before we go in, let me just show you what you are doing wrong. So this Viral Rush here has the explosion radius of 20 meters. That's radius, by the way. And then there's the fact that it's got a duration of 12 seconds and a dash range of 70 meters. So I create a 70 meter long corridor of Viral and I explode in a 20 meter radius sphere of Viral if I infuse it into it. It's not just Viral, it's also cold, which enhances the damage output of critical hits and slows enemies down in a crowd controlling effect. It's also deploying these zones which are going to continuously apply 3 of each of those non-damaging procs at the same time, each tick that they apply to the enemies. Also, by keeping that, I have the cold to infuse with Toxin to put that Viral onto any of the abilities, so this can also do it as well. This is a 14 meter sphere that just travels in a direction. Whilst travelling in a direction, it also reduces the cooldowns of its other abilities, which allows him to use those other abilities, such as Catalyze here, even more. And then Ophidian Bite, which is the source of Toxin which you need for the Viral to put into these abilities, can be augmented with Swift Bite to further reduce the cooldowns of your abilities. And by further reducing the cooldowns of your abilities, you can again use them more to put out even more. So, ads, subscribe. Ads are the cost of watching for free. The sub. I say that he hasn't had it. Oh yeah, we didn't do the prediction. Let's choose the outcome on that. It was no, we did not get the Archon Shard. We got a basic bitch Arcane. There we are. Is the blue Tau Shard a health shard on my Lavos? No, it's an armor one. To bring him up to 2000 plus armor. So in short, Lavos can apply Viral with 4 abilities requiring these two. So you're not going to get rid of those two for viral. You're not going to get rid of this one because of cooldown reduction. You're not going to get rid of this one because you're talking about using it for damage. So in total, there is nothing you want to replace on this because all of them allow you to apply a stupid amount of viral, either directly or by making it where you can do it more often, and applying other effects as well. It's insane. Hello, does all arm removal options video 2022 still up to date? A couple options have been added since, but otherwise up to date, yeah. There are a few more options, but not enough that it would warrant an entirely new video. What if streams become just ads soon without Sub Turbo? They won't, Sambade. This stream is currently set up with 1 minute of ads every 10 minutes at maximum. You may get banner ads around that, but that doesn't interrupt the actual stream itself. So it's a maximum of 1 minute per 10. That is 5% ad time, whereas consider, for example, cable TV is 33% or higher ads. How do you maximize Catalyze's damage? Oh, you just get a load of status assists on enemies. That's it. That's how you do it. Bunch of status, at least one of them viral if you're damaging health, or magnetic if you're damaging shields. Because every unique status effect doubles the damage on this. That's it. That's how you scale the damage. Nothing else is going to scale it better. You could invest into strength, or you can apply another status effect. I mean, doing both works as well, but yeah, mostly that. Oh, that's an interesting choice, Zom. Okay. Dude, why it doubles damage? Yeah! Tell me you've never watched my Lavos guide without telling me you've never watched it. Or read the card. You double it up to 13 times? Yes. So you see that base 2000 damage without strength? If you apply just the basic elements on these ones and an infused one on each, you can have 6 status types there. Then when you send this out, it's doubled, 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 which by the way is 64 times, so that's 128,000 damage to each target. Double again for infusing elements into this, because that'll be 2000 plus 2000. So that'll be 256,000 damage, and you're applying status procs. Yeah. Right, so Zom's attempt at a prediction is up. Which side will have less spanners? Let's see what happens here. Because the thing is that the more people gamble, the fewer people want to gamble. But yeah, if anyone ever tells you to put word salves on Lavos, please refer to the fact that Lavos can do that and better already. Like, just straight up. There is no reason to put word salves onto Lavos at all. Okay, I guess we have some trolls. Yeah, we're discovering the trolls today, aren't we? Even the trolls are the people who can't read. Because, Penguin, what have you just done? Also, by the way, Zom, it's fewer spanners. It's a discrete item. Just saying. Alright, Fork. Whilst we wait for people to screw around with that, let me grab that for you. Come on, where is it? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. There you go. Zom, how long did you set this to run for? Did you set it like 5 minutes on the prediction? Oh, now there's a troll in pink. What's with the troll here? Who? You know, I misunderstood how this works. Yeah, this is a very curious prediction, Zom. I did not think people would be this weird about it, but no, you've proven me wrong on that one. You have proven me wrong on this one. Berserk, thanks for the hydrate. Cheers. So currently, the answer to which side will have fewer spanners is blue. Oh, is it? Wait, no, it's currently pink now. It's currently pink. Pink is currently the one with fewer spanners in there. And of course, the more spanners you put into the winning side, the more you'll get out of it. But the more you put in, the more likely it is that you'll end up swinging it to the other side. So how many do you put in is the answer. Do you put in just one and get 2 back? Do you put in 10 and get 10 back? Do you put in 100 and get 100 back? But if you put in 1,000, you'll get none back until the other side puts in 1,000. Oh, now it's swung heavily to pink. Now it's swung really heavily to pink. Uh-oh. Now there's like 3,000 gap for blue. But if I put 2,000 on pink, I think you and someone else, you swung it over. It's now on blue. Evie asking for people to vote pink, understandable. The number does show next to your vote there, Evie. It's a very good choice of problem. I didn't think it would be quite so interesting, but it turns out that people are weirder than I thought, and it's the weirdness that has made this happen. I keep thinking people are rational actors. That's on me. I should have learned by now. Everyone waited for the last 5 seconds to put 50k on the winning side, but you put 50k on the winning side, it becomes the losing side. What's happening? At the moment there is a prediction asking which side is going to have the fewest spanners on it, and there's a lot of spanners involved. It's 50-odd thousand put into it. Nope, it's bouncing, it's bouncing. Pink has taken a swing. And that brings us to the end of that one. That's, blue wins. Right at the very end there. Blue wins. What just even happened? I think someone could write a psychological paper just on that 5-minute right there. Blue wins. What do you win? You win a whole bunch of spanners. The biggest winner there is Penguin, who puts in 7,768 and is getting back 115% extra. Biggest loser is Amdrew445, who threw 10,000 at pink. And that's about it.
Oh, the Kengineer! Oh my god! Wait, are they here? Kengineer.
And Evie has immediately spent the spanners they got. Thanks, Evie. I still love that sound effect. I can't remember how old it is now, but I still love it. Oh shit, I'm still on levels. No, today is not a levels day. No. We're just mocking someone who put word types on him. But gently re-educate, mocking. Inform it, mocking. Mostly mocking. Also, let's switch up the weapon. Actually, no. No. Nightingale, cheers. I'm just saying, I got you, Penguin. Nice. Yeah, Zom, I'll give you there. I did not think it was going to go that way, but it turns out I forgot to account for the irrational actors. That does change things. Alright, let's see. So we have got everyone here. Alright, that just started. And away we go. Okay, glyphs. I don't really want these.
To leave the anchor hold.
I don't really want these.
4 key glyphs. Good luck to you.
I'm gonna be cheap. Thanks.
Got your glyphs. So, hit the terminal to exit into the labs.
Alright. And off we pop. Let's see, this one is the unmarked one. Unmarked direction, so we'll go this way. Don't need to make more ciphers? Yeah, I'm running a bit low. I'm fine for now. I'm not going to use 20 odd in one mission. Is there any reason not to use Archon Continuity on levels? Nope. Oh no, that's wrong. There is a singular reason, and that's if your build is so tight you can't afford the extra 1 to 2 drain for some reason. And that is the sole reason. the sole reason. If that is not actually a reason for you, then there is no reason not to. And yes, I know I wasn't killing them very quickly, I was farming combo. Just in case anyone was wondering why I wasn't focusing the triangle guy there. That was a combo farm. Alright, let's head to the Netra cell. I don't have any keys on me, so I'm just going to end up there at my leisure, quite frankly. Activate the incarnate on that because I can.
That's the Netra cell. Open it.
Cool. They are on location. I am 150 meters out still. It's fine.
I was afraid of this. Netra cell security system
There we are.
won't open with all the uglies around. Clear them out and make sure the system can see you doing it.
So we just gotta murder the things in the zone again. And this one is a very small zone, to be honest. I really don't like this zone because it is mostly just dead space. But it is what it is. What's my combo duration? Not great, but I also have Naramon equipped, so I don't lose combo. I lose 5 every time it runs out. Otherwise, I've got plenty going. Okay, someone else died. I will try to revive them as Saren just standing in the middle of all this. Yep, that was sensible. It worked. I don't know why that worked. Well, no, actually, I think the arcane dropped. It shouldn't have worked. But Saren do Saren things. Saren go burr. Trying to destroy Necromite. Don't mind if I do.
Something's going on with Necromites. Trying to lock this thing down.
Where is it?
Take him out. We ain't got all day. If I ever see
There you are.
Grimoire,
Got
I'm
it.
gonna bolt. You gotta understand.
Grimoire.
It's a predator.
Okay, is it here? Ah, nope, that's not a Grimoire. I don't see it. I don't know why that voice line triggered. I don't see it. Nope, no idea. Yep, it's the Grimoire in the walls, thanks. A voice line? So the type of one saying, if I ever see that buck again, he hates it. Because it's a scary demon thing. Yeah, that one. You say I'm pretty disappointed in the rational actor concepts. When I was reading a book with those, they kept ignoring that real people, for example, don't magically know all the available options, including precise valuations. It's the economics equivalent of the spherical cow in a vacuum. A frictionless vacuum. It's the equivalent of that because if you try to account for people being utterly bizarre when you start on a simulation, you're going to get nowhere. Yeah, it would be the physics equivalent to saying, well, the sample we're looking at could quantum teleport to Nebraska, so we have to take that into consideration. It's like, no, you really don't have to take that into consideration until you are at the point where that is worth considering. That should not be your starting point. The same would be true in chemistry. It's like, you can't just look and go, well, you know, whilst we're testing this, there could be an earthquake, which would affect the results. We'd have to redo it. You just go, yeah, we don't think about the earthquake. Unless you're living in Japan, you probably don't need to think about the earthquakes. And the same is true of the economic simulation of rational actor. You start with the reasonable circumstances, and then you add in the unreasonable, or the wilder stuff, as when you've exhausted the sensible. As and when it has enough of an impact that you should. in any case, yeah, the rational actor shouldn't be treated as gospel, as it were, because people can and will screw things up to screw things up, which is part of the role of quote-unquote big data, is to figure out who, when, and how often that happens, so that you can capitalize on that as well. Because if you can figure out how predictably people will be weird, then you're really in the money. Do I have a view on the Schrodinger's cat idea? What do you mean a view on it? It is at its core a thought experiment to, in a way, represent the quantum world. Something can exist in a superposition until observed on a quantum level. Real or crazy? Well, considering it's measured, Evie, it's real. It's not the cat. A literal cat in a literal box. You know there is a cat in there. But the whole thing is about tying it to the quantum world by saying, oh, well, this cat is connected up to a single radioactive atom. That atom may at any point apparently randomly decay, you don't know when. So the cat is both alive and dead until you know if that atom has decayed or not. And for that you have to open the box. And that's a known fact as to how we observe the universe. Like, it's measurable. The double slit experiment is a measurable demonstration of this feature. Yeah, that's not radioactive decay, but it is a demonstration of uncertainty. A thing can be neither things until such time as the thing needs to be decided, as it were. As in, the results, the effects, have to actually happen.
Next time.
At which point you get wave function collapse and the possibilities fade away for the reality. Can you measure it when it's dead? Wait 5 months, cat is confirmed dead? Sure. And if you have a radioactive sample, you can wait a long enough period of time and be like, yeah, that's basically probably gone. And by just the same token as the atom may not have decayed, there is also a... Oh, you found the book. Nice, let's go grab that. Yeah, let's do the book. We might as well. By the same token, the cat may have miraculously met God and not died.
What kind of moron lets a starving predator out of a trap? Well, now you gotta deal with it.
Murder the wisp! Murder! Murder the fake wisp! Oh god, fake wisp is immortal. You wait for fake wisp to finish doing fake wisp things. Hello, Miss Whisper. Whisper? Anyway, wouldn't it depend on specific radioactive atom too? Yes, depending on what time frame you're measuring. And that's not part of it because, again, it's a thought experiment. A thought experiment does not require you to name every single possible variable. You consider the implications of the experiment, not the minutiae. That's the difference.
You found it! Kill it fast!
And we're good. Alright, let's go.
I told you not to mess with it.
There we are.
Glad you're okay.
Usually farm Axion Disruption on Lure. Do you have any preferable place? That's the best place. Hey, another Archon Shard. We got one of each colour today. That's nice. How does Archon Vitality interact with Lavos 4? I'm trying to figure out if it's worth ditching on Vitality and losing out on that bonus for additional nuking. The way it works is that if you have a non-heat 4, so you infuse a different element, then you'll apply 2 heat procs because you get the 1 plus 1 from Archon Vitality. If you infuse heat, then you'll get 3 procs, 1 from the base ability, the second one won't get counted. Just because Archon Vitality can't trigger twice like that. So you'll either get 2 or 3 heat procs rather than 1 or 2. You won't get an additional hit, it's just the proc, and the proc will be based on how much damage those heat procs should be doing. So from that ability, it will give you probably a, what's that? Yeah, probably a 50% increase in damage output. Well, yeah, a bit under a 50% increase in damage output from your 4th ability specifically, bearing in mind that the direct hit damage will account for effectively the same as 2 ticks of procs. And if you use something that is non-heat, then that further muddies the waters. But yeah, both of them work. I like having the additional tank, because I don't use the 4th sheer damage output. Zom here prefers using the Archon Vitality. They give up a lot of tank. It's not the end of the world, because Lavos is absurdly tanky, but they give up a lot of tank, and in exchange they get themselves even more damage output from that. Yeah, Jedi, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I haven't got anyone pending at the moment, but that happens frequently. There'll just be a pending one there. You're fine to do so. Just don't randomly message me whilst I'm in game. People who do that find themselves off my friends list very quickly. Are we in the middle of testing something or doing a video recording? It will just pop up. Hey, how are you? What are you doing? You having fun? Streams. But yeah, very, very few people do that.
We've had a few.
Of those who do, one in particular stood out. They eventually got the message. It's all good. Alright. There should be a D&D option. There is, it's just I don't turn it on every time I go in, because sometimes there is a reason to be contacted in-game. I just double check I have done all the net shells, haven't I? Yeah, cool. Cool. You're considering a Brute build without his fans, is that too cursed? Sampade, you live your very best life. You've made a point time and time on this stream that you like to do the weird and not quite wonderful. You like to troll a bit. You've made it a trend for yourself. I can't stop you. Also, for everyone wondering, there is a do not disturb option in-game. If you just don't want people to bug you, you just type /DND. Do not disturb has been enabled. And if you are done with that, you just do it again. Disabled. You're back. Name of the song currently playing is What If by Stream Beats. It's in the Rock album. And this is the instrumental version of it. Ah. You actually didn't know that? Hey, there you are. You learned something new, Evie. You came back and you're immediately learning things on this stream. That's just how powerful this channel is. Knowledge is power, and we have the might of gods. At least when it comes to knowledge. I'm looking at my arm here and, well... I should probably work out. Straight up, I should. If I don't want to have muscular issues and posture issues in the coming decades, I should probably do more activity. I've been neglecting that. It is bad. Well, yep, that's a failed unban request. Bye-bye. Have I seen dual eye cores with Sarin? Is that the Incarnon one? Because again, I don't think I've actually... Yeah, I still haven't got around to that. I still just haven't got around to it. There's so many stupid combos, and at the end of the day, it's reached the point... Don't have any part of that. It's reached the point where it just almost doesn't matter. It almost just doesn't matter. Because you can just do stupid shit with almost everything. It's literally bug abuse and melee influence. Hey, say hello to Mirage. For those of you who don't realise just how buggy this freaking game is, let me Let's just do this. This game is absurdly buggy in the melee arcanes and the Archon shards that came out. The only thing it's a bug? Well, this one I'm about to show you definitely is. Because it's not working as intended, that's a bug. I don't know about the dual iCore thing. You guys are just spouting off half details about it. I can tell you this is a bug. Alright, take care, Ladybug. So, on the reforming. Nothing amazing, really. Yeah. All the reforming with Eclipse. Giving us a bonus. There we are, 200%. Yep, still nothing amazing. My game just shat itself for a second there. Why is it suddenly hitting absolutely everything? Why? So what's happening here is that default clothes was fixed? Yeah. They said they were gonna fix it. What's happening here is a combination of a missing mod, apparently. I will have to look into what the fuck I've done there at some point. What's happening here is a combination of Hall of Mirrors, which creates duplicates of you, and then melee influence. On melee electricity status, 20% chance for elemental melee status effects to apply to enemies within 20 meters for 18 seconds. Cannot refresh. Melee. Melee. Melee if you don't know how to say words. If you just read them. Melee. This counts. Hall of Mirrors, their attacks apparently count as melee for the sake of melee influence. What's worse is that it doesn't trigger on the other arcanes, so I don't even know how this one ended up like that. This one doesn't trigger off the clones, this one doesn't trigger, this one, yeah, I've checked. But influence does. Yep. This is one of the reasons I'm just not covering those arcanes at the moment. I'm not going into detail about them, I'm not touching those bugs, because they are quite clearly bugs, so those videos are going to be completely wasted the moments that I put them out there, because that's the day that D will go, cool, yep, red text. I'll just it. So no. Not touchy. I'm surprised it's still there, that it's not been hot fixed. Must be some code issue they have to deal with, cert issue, whatever else, but yeah, it's still there. In that case, make a 10-second video, get it fixed today. Anyway. I don't want to give out half-baked falsehoods. Honestly, I don't like covering things which are clearly not meant to be in the game whatsoever. The most recent thing that I covered that could possibly count as that was when I covered the effect of using these shards here, the Topaz shards, on Wukong's Iron Staff. So you could regenerate 5 shields when you inflict an enemy with blast status, it was blast damage, and it basically made Wukong near enough immortal. It just did. Yeah, D fixed that one. I don't know what the time frame was, but it was pretty damn quick. D fixed that one. Ah! This thing that everyone knew was going to happen based on the description. This interaction. D went, oh, yeah, no, right, yeah, that does cause problems, doesn't it? Wukong needed more way to stay alive? I thought it was funny to make it where I could shield tank Wukong. That was just stupid. Shield gate tank by using blast on a staff. I mean, just come on now. If that ain't the right kind of ridiculous right there. A blast exalted staff as infinite hit points. I mean, that had to be covered. But yeah, there's plenty of ridiculous things coming out of all this. Yeah, yeah, I held off for a while on the whole Zarta's Devouring combination, and D just kept on leaving it there. I was like, for fuck's sake, okay, fine. Apparently this is just part of the game now. Classic Wukong fashion. Be more immortal. Yeah, fair do. Squeaky saying, with the I-Cores in Incarnate, they drop a small AoE field that does elemental damage, which can trigger influence, and then spreads more I-Core fields. Oh, well, there you are then. That's a weird interaction. And if that's part of the Incarnate, that's part of the melee, so yeah, that's, Where does one even begin with that one? Where does one even begin? Pilbug saying the blast damage trigger and the fact companions could trigger it, I think was a big issue. DE decided it was more than that. DE decided it was not just companions, but the fact that any amount of blast damage could do it. And so they decided to just take the shard and nerf it into the ground, rather than address the fact that, one, it was triggering off things other than your own damage, and two, it was triggering off blast damage, not blast status. Like, the very shard is still wrong. They changed how the shard functioned, but they didn't change the wording on the shard. You can't tell me they didn't have the time to do that. You can't. Like, the changing of the code of how something functions is very different and much more complicated than changing a single word in a single text field. So I don't understand what happened there. Those kinds of details, they get at me. Because again, we've seen various instances now where things have been introduced and then have interactions that don't make any sense, and then they just stay in the game, or even, worst of all, be retconned into intentional. What? Galvanized Aptitude is the king of my fury there. For all the love that I have for this game, those bits, it's just, oh, come on. Why? I genuinely thought it was a bug. When Galvanized Shot and Galvanized Aptitude came out and did not give their damage bonus to radial damage, I thought it was a bug. Because it just said plus damage. It had no mention of not working with radial effects. It still, to this day, has no mention of not working with radial effects. Nick's like, yeah, drops are only on the official channels and only during the times when they say they're active. There are no community-wide drops at this point in time. Also, I've realised, now that you've mentioned that, Twitch has once again added drops enabled to this freaking stream. I'm sorry. It keeps doing that. I keep removing it, it keeps adding it back again, because at one point, sometime in the last week, there were drops on a channel, and Twitch goes, yeah, every channel needs that now. Says something like direct damage? Sorry, did they oh yeah, they updated it to say direct damage, didn't they? Or was it? No, wait, hang on. Did they update it? Is that even correct? Yeah, it's 40% direct damage. I can't remember if it previously said direct damage, but here's the thing. What's direct damage to you? Is direct damage not radial attacks, or is direct damage not status damage? Because here's the thing. It does buff the status damage. That's not direct. That's after effect. Yeah, Nick's like, it's a Twitch thing. Sorry about that. Say, supposedly the reason Galvanized Condition Overload doesn't work on rails because it was carried over from the nerf on glaives. Possibly. And even that is poorly communicated. You know what, I'm going full rant on this one. Let me break down just how stupid this one is. Let me break down on how stupid this is. So, Notepad! We have plus 80% status chance. Everyone understands that. Nice and easy, right? On kill. Okay, so you need to kill something. Got it. Plus 40% direct damage per status type affecting the target for 20 seconds. Stacks up to 2 times. Right. Let's break this all down. On kill. Wrong. Kills by the player. Buff the sentinel.
How's
Using
the
this mod.
framing going this evening, good sir?
Yo, Solar Flare! Thank you very much for resubscribing there. A total of 7 months now. The framing has been going well. I'm on a bit of a rant right now, but the framing has been going well. And cheers for dropping that sub over here. I really do appreciate it. Oh. Cheers. Alright, so we've gone through the first 2 words of the damage bit, and already it's wrong. Plus 40%. Wrong. Wrong! It is additive to serration, etc. on most hit scan weapons, and multiplicative on most projectile weapons. An example of one which is not multiplicative, the Sporothrix is projectile, but gets additive bonus. So this is just all kinds of wrong. That's just a number that's wrong. Direct damage. Wrong. Radial is direct. By some perspectives. Status is not direct. By some perspectives. So that's also wrong. Status is buffed, radial is not buffed, but it could be interpreted the other way around. Let's continue. Per status type, affecting the target. Ambiguous. I mean, I would say that it's accurate enough, but it is missing the word unique. If you want it to be extra clear. Now this is really splitting hairs on this one, but yeah. It doesn't say per unique status type. It just says per status type. Now you should take from type that it means different statuses, but some people don't. Also, status type. Type is capitalized for some reason. Not sure I would have capitalized that. Anyway. Moving on from that. Affected the target for 20 seconds. Ambiguous. How does this decay? Because you get some which say for a duration and it's individual stacks, some which refresh. It doesn't say. And does it stack down one at a time or all at once when it runs out? It doesn't say. So that's ambiguous. Damage is also capitalized. Damage should be capitalized as a keyword. Status type is curious to do type there, I would say. But then we have stacks up to 2 times. Highly ambiguous. You could say, for example, stacks up to 2. Stacks up to 2 unique status. Or it could be stacks up to 2 kills. stacks up to 40 seconds. Which one is it? Which one is it? I actually don't have a big enough notepad. I'm going to have to, let's see, I can... I have to zoom out a little bit. There we are. This is why this is my most hated mod. This is why it's my most hated mod. Stacks up to 160% save chance. That's trying to understand it wrong. But the thing is, I have seen this misunderstanding, and I've seen this misunderstanding. This has to be explained to people because it's not something you can just understand. It's not on there. This I have had to explain to people. This is not on the mod, so it has to be constantly explained to people. This is not on the mod, so it has to be continuously explained to people. This is not in any way intuitive and has to be explained to people. Just... Daniel Mama... can you make an updated video on how to farm Archon shards fast or at least efficiently? Nope, because I've done all up-to-date videos on it. I have you an up-to-date guide on how to kill Archons, and I've given you information on how quickly you'll get them from Netra cells. You don't need any further guide than that. If you need a further guide than that, you're asking me to log into your account and play the game for you, because seriously, how much more information do you need? What do you not know at that point? You know how to kill an Archon, you know how to just kill enemies, you should be able to run a Netra cell, and Carl guides you through exactly what to do in the Carl missions. Yes, it is, Fork. This is about my least favourite mod explanation in the game. It's just terrible. Kingdom Eye saying, I didn't realise it stacks on 2 kills rather than 2 unique status types. There you are. There you are. Wouldn't stacking up to 40 seconds be inconsistent with every other thing that stacks in the game? Potentially, except for the bit where it doesn't make it clear. This is a way that people have interpreted it. The stacks doesn't say what stacks up to 2 times. It just says stacks up to 2 times. There is no information on what stacks. Moon say, if my weapon has a single status type modded onto my automatic weapon, it simply adds up to 120% status chance. Moon, I don't understand your question, sorry. Can you make a guide on how to get a job so you can buy plat? I cover Warframe. IRL, you'll need someone else for that. Or at least in terms of videos. Streams, I can answer small questions, but yeah. If it stacks up to 2 kills, it means plus 80% damage. Yep. This is how it actually works. And so you'll get the damage bonus twice per status. You'll get it twice per status, and that twice will either be additive, so plus 80% per status additive restoration, or multiplicative, excuse me, sorry. So you'll get, for example, 180% multiplier, or 260% multiplier on your final damage total, or it might just not apply at all because Radial doesn't get the bonus. Kingdom by saying, well, it's a dot after the on-kill trigger, so apply my knowledge from Yu-Gi-Oh! It makes sense. The dot is after 20 seconds. Kill has a colon. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Shouldn't number 2 say stacks up to 80% on your notes? No, stacks up to 2 kills. Because, I suppose, yeah. No, you're right, yeah. No, well, no. No, that's the stacking is replying to per status. This is saying the stack is applying to number of kills, and this is saying the stacking is applying to the duration. So that's how the different stacks are. But even now, you're quibbling my quibble, which is just how much of an absolute mess this mod is. Does it apply to the ricochet portion of weapons? Probably? Probably? Yeah. I mean, come on. Multi-shot doesn't even apply correctly to some weapons. If you have a laser beam weapon, multi-shot doesn't give you multiple laser beams per shot. Instead, it just increases the stats of the laser beam. And if your laser beam has a spherical AoE effect on and around the impact site, anything that is caught in the AoE but not hit by the direct laser beam, such as with the Gaze primary kit gun, or with the Ignis Ray, or the Glaxion, they instead take no multi-shot bonus, they just get the base damage without multi-shot. Multi-shot just lies. Have I considered doing a new video about Warframe info to cover updates? No, I've not. It's not in any plan whatsoever. I have no interest in doing a updated video on it at this point in time, or at least I have been given no reason to do so. So yeah, this game is full of weird exceptions. The fact that it takes so long to process all of this is on the fact that the game doesn't try to explain itself to you. If anything, it actively gives you confusing curveballs like this. It looks so relatively simple, just read the card, but you really can't. You just really can't. The only way you know what Galvanized Aptitude does is if you have already learned what it does. Can I explain the Sentinel one? Well, this bit here. If you have Galvanized Aptitude on your Sentinel weapon and on your weapon, and you kill with Galvanized Aptitude, the trigger to give you extra damage will also apply to your Sentinel's weapon. But if your Sentinel kills with Galvanized Aptitude, nope, that doesn't add a kill trigger to it. That doesn't. Go figure. You don't understand Heat Inherit? Heat Inherit is relatively simple. Now I've said that, how best do I phrase this? When you apply a status effect normally, the status effect has the bonuses from the source of that status effect. Heat, it's slightly less so. It instead only listens to the bonuses of what applied the first heat proc. So if you have a weapon with a 90% heat mod and you cause a heat proc with that weapon, the heat proc on the enemy has a 90% bonus to the damage from your heat mod. That's just how elementals damaging status types work, except for gas, because we needed another exception. That's how it works. Unlike other status types, because of the way heat exists, when you apply another heat proc from a different source, so we'll have a different heat bonus, that heat bonus isn't considered in the new proc damage. I'm going to have to notepad this as well. This is not as simple as I thought to explain. Heat Inherit! Think the video? Nah, fuck it. I can just explain. Normal status application. You have two weapons. One has a plus 90% toxin mod. One has no toxin mod. No. One has innate toxin only. Apply a 90% toxin proc. Proc deals modded damage times 190%. Apply innate only toxin proc. Proc deals modded damage times 100% flat. Okay? So the toxin proc on a toxin modded weapon will get a bonus 2 damage because of your toxin mod. Whereas if you don't have a toxin mod, but still land a toxin proc, you get less damage. That's just status effects. Heat is different. Once again, you have two weapons. One is a plus 90% heat mod, one is innate heat only, as a demonstration. If you apply this first, proc deals modded damage times 190%. Apply innate only second, also deals that. Apply innate first. Proc deals 100% of modded. And apply the 90% heat second. Oops. That proc also deals 100% only. That's heat inherit. The first heat proc that you apply to an enemy until all heat procs expire on that enemy, the first heat proc sets what the damage bonus is on that heat proc. Every other heat proc added thereafter brings its own base damage, but the modifier is from the first proc. That's what happens. So if you use a primer which has just all of the heat mods but no damage, and you apply that to an enemy, and then you hit them with, say, Lavos' fire ability, you can't put fire mods, heat mods I should say, heat mods onto Lavos, but still his heat procs will get the damage bonus from the mods you have on on the primer. Which is ridiculous. Sounds like a bug? It's almost certainly a bug. Why I think this happens. Normal procs have independent timers. You apply 2 toxin procs 2 seconds apart. The enemy will have just 1 proc left for the last 2 seconds. Heat procs refresh the whole stack. They all expire as 1. Blue ball tank. Something not working as intended, despite how it may have been coded, is considered a bug. Just because it gets combined into one stack doesn't mean that it's intended to pick up all the bonuses like this. Which is why we think it's a bug. Only DE can decide if it's actually a bug, or if it was intended all along. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Do the 2 instances of heat procs have different damage? Yes. So the modded damage still has its variable, but the bonus changes. Highlighted here, but same difference. And if you don't know what this modded damage term means, you just need to refer to my damage calculation guide on YouTube, or refer to the wiki if you'd rather read something rather than listen to me. But I do explain it in detail there. So yeah, Heat Inherit is utterly weird as well. Yeah, Zom, I'm keeping it as constrained as we can to just point out the fact that Heat is just wild. It's better to apply the innate first then on Heat. If you want to use Heat Inherit, if you care about that, the best way to do it is to apply the Heat proc with the highest modded bonus first. Then all the others after. So if you see someone going around with an Ember and they are igniting everything, dropping firebombs everywhere, cool, great, there's an Ember on your team. Problem, every single weapon you have that deals heat procs, you are probably going to hit enemies after the Ember, because giant AoE ability, so all of your status procs are just going to act as if you don't have heat mods equipped. The frequency with which you'll land heat procs, that'll be there. The direct damage, that'll be there. But the status damage will act as if you have no heat mods equipped. It'll just be lower. Vice versa, if you do get to the enemies first and apply your giant heat bonus and then Ember hits them, the heat procs from Ember's abilities are just going to have that much more damage bonus from your gun. You're not even using Ember, but Ember will get your bonus. Fair enough, Blue Tank. I mean, given that we are predicting and interpreting DE's code mess, either of us could be right. It feels like a bug to me. You say, this makes even less sense. Your explanation sounds good, but how'd they manage to combine only part of the proc damage? I expect it to end up as first heat proc damage times counter proc equals heat proc damage. So I imagine they coded it to add in the damage, to have it as a single tick refreshing. That's how they can keep a refreshable hitting on the point tick. But they somehow missed the bit where by adding the damage to it, they weren't accounting for the heat modifier when adding it. So they may have originally coded it to try and include the heat modifier, were accidentally changing the heat modifier of other procs, or stacking in some weird way, so they just changed it alternative way. Why didn't they fix it? Doesn't break the game. Bugs. I've got this from someone who works in QA, in game development. Bugs in games are pretty much listed A, B, C, D. There is kind of an E tier, but it's basically A, B, C, D. A is for your bugs which basically just stop the game working. A is a bug where you load into Duviri, and because it's on anger cycle, the game crashes. That's an A tier bug. It means no one can play Duviri during anger. That gets fixed straight away. That gets hotfix dropped as soon as they can do it. As soon as they have the answer, put it out there. B tier significantly impacts the gameplay. It's going to be noticeable to a large number of players. It's going to cause all kinds of problems. That needs to get dealt with pretty quickly as well. Certainly something that has a negative impact on the economy for the game, if it has an economy in it. C tier, those are bugs which they'll affect a small number of players or not have a huge overall impact. They're noticeable, but you know, you can kind of let them slide. It's not the biggest deal. It's going to be there. People are going to complain about it on Twitter and Reddit and whatnot, but there are bigger fish to fry because the A and B bugs still exist. And then your D bugs, they are things like mistranslations, they're things like heat inherit, things that quite frankly, unless you're really paying attention, you're not going to notice it. It's really not that big of a deal. So unless someone cares to somehow step outside of their job and get the time to do it, it's probably not going to get sorted. A, B, C, and D. A and B bugs will get fixed, depending on how easy it is to fix them, but they'll get fixed. C bugs, when someone's got the time to go through that stuff. D bugs pretty much don't get fixed. So yeah, heat inherit is going to be considered a D tier bug. There's no way, if it is even a bug at all, and I consider it a bug, quite frankly, this is a ridiculous combination of things. But yeah, heat inherit has got to be a D tier. Exploit would be B. Exploit depends on the exploit. If an exploit is something that allows you to get 1% extra fish per cycle, but you need some really crazy setup to make it work, it might even be considered D tier. But an exploit that has mass market appeal, majorly disruptive, yeah, that's going to go straight up to A tier. Like, for example, Eurali gaining extra resources just because she's on a Marina in a mission where you're not supposed to get extra resources. That's an A tier. Because everyone just steps onto Eurali. Job done. Steps onto Marina, you know what I mean. That's A tier bug. That's, whoa, fuck, okay, that's not supposed to happen. That's huge. Yeah. The biggest reason I think that heat inherit is a bug is because there is no indication whatsoever to you that your damage is being reduced by someone else's mere existence. Someone just putting a bit of fire out there from an ability completely ruins a heat status build. All of the investment into your heat mods just goes straight down the drain. How can that not be a bug? Ads, subscribe. I'm shameless now. I know there are ads. I have a little pop-up that tells me when ads are running. How do you choose what kind of videos you make next? Just by the vibe? Yep. 100%. I decide what I want to cover next, and I cover it. I just feel like covering things. Zom saying, genuine question though, has anyone noticed being hurt by it? By heat inherit, you probably won't. Sometimes you'll just feel worse at the game. Sometimes your weapons will just not do as much as you thought. Sometimes it just feels like a bit more of a slog. Or you might not have noticed that. Have I ever run out of ideas, at least temporarily? Yeah, and then I expanded the thoughts on what I can do to achieve stuff. I have run out of ideas before now for Warframe, and then reimagine my scope. What can I actually cover? How far should I look? And picked up on the ideas and videos that I've previously dismissed. Yeah. Got a credit card ads just frozen the last frame? Refresh. Come on. It's 2024. If you don't know how to refresh something that's not working, turn it off and on again. Yeah, Twitch breaks. Use it 11. So yeah, Galvanized Aptitude, one of the worst written mods ever. Heat Inherit, the bug you didn't even know is a bug. Oh yeah, Blue Tank, I know. I know. Which means either you figured it out, in which case it's all fine and dandy, or you didn't figure it out, in which case you wouldn't have been here to be offended. Either way, I was safe to say it. That's an easy one. Hi, sorry, ads. Can you repeat why you think Heat Inherit is a bug? Because someone can invisibly and unintentionally ruin your damage just by playing the game. Because a Ember or a Lavos or anyone else with heat procs on their abilities can just use their ability and your damage, all your investment into heat mods just goes straight down. And that's it. You can't tell me that someone straight up deleting the effect of an entire category of mods on your weapon isn't a bug. If D want to come out and say, no, this is intended, fine, alright, it's a feature. Won't believe them. Won't believe them. Real weird quirk or oversight. Something that is an oversight is a bug, Som. Oversight is, does something it wasn't supposed to do. That's a bug. Computer program doing something it wasn't intended to do is a bug. Yeah, it's not a bug where someone coded it wrong, so much as they coded it without thinking of the implications of what they were coding, but it's still leading to a result that isn't intended. That's a bug. But then again, other people are going to have different definitions of bugs, and then we're really splitting straws. Yeah. If this was most any other game, it would be high priority. If it was a game that was balanced, it would be a high priority. If you lost 2/3 of your status damage output, maybe more, hell yeah, that would be a huge priority. In games where there's balanced damage output. If you play Warframe, you just kind of take what you feel like, because if you've modded things appropriately, you kind of just walk over everything. I've been screwing around with this setup. Oh no, I did switch back to that. Yeah. Can I switch to that? Yeah. I've been screwing around with different setups, including a scoped setup for a lot of this today. And then this one. And to be honest, still just kind of carve through things. Warframe, at least at a high level, is at that point where you can just kind of walk in with anything. And we're trying to find different ways to be even more weird. That's what we're doing. We're trying to find ways to be just more weird. So I do that one, we got that one. And yeah, we got that one. I mean, like... I could just walk this into 7 now. Let's give this one a whirl again, yeah? Yeah, Liv. If it ever gets addressed, I doubt it would be given some simple treatment. For such a bug, I just doubt it's going to be addressed at all, quite honestly. There is a lot of things that can be adjusted in this game that they just may not decide that it's even worth considering. So, what you're witnessing at the moment is Saren just carving through enemies in a very ordinary fashion. I mean, frankly, there's nothing to even notice here, is there? I'm just carving through them. See if you pay attention to the minimap, though, and wonder, hang on, wait, why did that guy die? Watch the minimap. And you'll notice guys dying where I haven't been. Like when we found a major bug live on stream. Yeah, those things happen. And this is why you report bugs, certainly the more serious ones. But in general, if you care about the bug, report it. If you don't report it, it won't get touched. Oh! Oh, I'm being invaded. Okay. Alright, where are they? Hello? I thought you were here to ruin my day. Do you want to come ruin it? Seriously, where are they? Are they in here? Ah, here they are. Hi, that's Toxin. Oh. Oh, they're all dead. For a moment, I was scared there. And then I was not. Oh, wow, that... Everyone who was not that Xmas just perished. Alright, take care, Haverbright. Have a good one. So what you're witnessing here, in case you're unsure, is melee influence. Just working in its prime. I'm using it to spread a combination of viral, toxin, electric, and corrosive at the same time. Because I have those all 4 on the same weapon. I imagine I'm not the only person talking about Saren and how she can do this. I mean, at the end of the day, Saren's just a strong frame. Saren is just a strong frame. She is the murder bot frame. You feel like a bot because of just how good your murdering is. I'm the highest KPM? Well, I'm not even trying to use the highest killing weapon. I'm just using the Praedos. The Praedos is a very accessible weapon, and I have very accessible modding on it right now. The only relatively inaccessible thing here is probably Arcane Aegis. That's the most expensive part of this entire setup is Arcane Aegis. Maybe Prime Redirection, fully ranked up. That might take the #1 spot for the cost, just about. Aegis you can buy on ranked. Oh, it's... does it change the percent you gain? Or does it change the percent it triggers? If it changes the percent you gain, then yeah, that's pretty pog. I mean, yeah, if you did Eidolon, then sure, you're fine for ages. And if you sell some of those arcanes, you'll be fine for ages. Pretty nifty like that. But yeah, this is just a way of basically turning your melee weapon into a pseudo nuke. Thanks, Snake. I thought it was a decent pun. 3% chance for each rank. Nice, yeah, okay, fair enough then. So, in terms of shield gate survivability, it's just perfectly viable at all tiers. The only difference is, does it actually restore enough of your shields to assist a shield tank? But I'm using it more for the invuln shield gate here. The fact that it happens to also fully restore my shields is a bonus. That's great. That actually means this is a really accessible setup. Oh, hey, Mania. I don't know where Mania is. I'm just going to attack other things. I'm going to specifically not target Mania. If I can avoid it. Let me try and kill Mania by not killing Mania. Yeah, there we go. That did it. Mania died because he was near to me. That's just stupid. It wasn't even the best example of that, but it still killed him. No slash procs on him. He just died by being close to me.
When you are ready, go to extraction.
That's dumb. You trying to fully rank up your influence? I mean, very understandable. I just bought it outright. I looked at the arcanes I had and I went, you know what? Let me just buy into this. Add on the extra damage. There we go. Back to killing. You'll also notice the amount of corrosive this putting out. I realise I've also successfully spread status procs. Oh yeah, I'm on my all-rounder build, not my what's it? Weapon booster build. So yeah, I can also spread plague. I forgot about that. Is this a new weapon? No, this is an older one. Not old, but older. This is just Praedos in combination with Saren doing Saren things and melee influence being kind of a beast. My influence feels like it should have been legendary arcane, not gonna lie. You barely did the event? I mean, I barely did the event too. I was not in the mood to farm up more Eidolon arcanes through doing something else almost as tedious as Eidolons, quite frankly. When I could just not do that, as I already have all the legendaries and all the rares I care about. I'm far enough into the game, far enough progressed, I just don't have to do that. Why Prey and Pressure Point? That's just on here as a general thing. I cannibalized a build to do this. So yeah, you could use, and probably should use Condition Overload here. You should use Condition Overload. You'd be dealing even more damage, yeah. In the mood to finish every Eidolon arcane? Yeah, fair do. Some people were, some people were not. I'm not one of these hardcore grinders. Like, I can't sit down to a grind like that of the same thing over and over and just bash it out for 5, 6, 7 hours. I can't. It bores the shit out of me. It burns me out on whatever it is. I ain't be doing that. Couldn't do it in RuneScape. I needed variety and to mix things up. Couldn't be doing it here. Couldn't be doing it in EVE Online. It doesn't matter just how profitable running wormhole sites could be, or going into, what's it, incursions and being the perfect little logi. It was just functional button pressing grind. If I was going to do that, I might as well get a job and at least do something impactful in my life at the same time. You know, just sign up for the nearest retail call centre. That'll still end up being more money. Not to mention actually getting something done for someone else. Alright, I'm going to kill you directly, Yanks, just because I hate you. There we are. Get wrecked. Also, I accidentally hit the heavy attack there when I shouldn't have. Fun fact for those of you using Tennokai, if you hit the heavy attack and realise, oh shit, I've done it when it wasn't Tennokai anymore, roll. I was a little too slow there, I didn't realise I just did that. Whoops. If you realise in time, roll. You cancel your heavy attack. Do roll, and you keep your combo. But the moment you hit that swing, if you realise you were not supposed to hit that swing, instantly roll. If you're quick enough, you'll save your combo. Which, for weapons that struggle to build combo, that can be really helpful. The Praedos here rapidly gets it back. Tonfa's easy for getting combo. For a lot of stuff, yeah, it's a pain. Honestly, I'm surprised my spores lasted that long. They got to like 3,000 damage. I didn't even try to put them out there, they just spread. I suppose I'm using Toxic Lash, so that helps. You accidentally toggling Karn all the time? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll make you realise when to stop pressing that alternate fire all the time. I also never using melee. Honestly, I don't use melee that much. I prefer shooting in this game, I just do. But you can't deny that melee influence has certainly given it a buff. Don't expect from any melee regardless of Toxic Slash. So long as you hit one of the bits on them, sure. Oh, I didn't realise just how glowy it makes. Look at that, look. That glow, what is that glow exactly? Hold on. What is that glow?
We will all share in this bounty. Hold out as long as you can.
What is that glow? Oh, it's Tennokai. I didn't realize the weapon glowed with Tennokai. I'd never even looked at my weapon long enough. I'm just a blur on my screen to me. I didn't realize the Tennokai made the weapon glow. Ha! I thought it was influence as well, but no, it's Tennokai. I've only ever looked at the symbol. I never even noticed it on the weapon. Whoops. I'm observant. The 3,000 credits I got? Wow. I'm rich. I can officially give up my career as a streamer now. I have 3,000 credits. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway. Tennokai has been such a buff for Incarnate melees. Such a buff. The fact that I can use it quickly and freely to activate Incarnate mode. Oh, absolute godsend. It's just so beautiful. But how many credits a house costs or even food? No idea. I don't think this game has a world-built economy. I don't think there is such a well-considered credit system. Because first you'd have to decide on the actual economic forces involved. Is it like modern day? Are there things which are more accessible, less accessible? What's our housing? What regulations? What are people willing to accept? Are we talking about different regions now? Because the house in Southwest England is different to a house in San Francisco. It's different to a house in, I don't know, Mozambique. So, what do we know? What do we know? The wiki is believed 1 million credits equals 1.5 USD. Yeah, the wiki is not to be believed. Not on that. You want to tell me I can get a blueprint for a weapon for pennies? I don't buy it. Hi, mate. Let me just roll to get rid of your annoying bubble. Bye, mate. Always get rid of the bubble before you kill Malice, or it'll be stuck on your screen for the rest of the mission. I'm sure everyone knows that one at this point. But for anyone who didn't, roll the bubble out, then kill Malice. Not the other way around. Alright, I'm done with this mission. We've verified enough that this is silly melee killingness. 2,000 kills in 13 minutes, that's actually a really good rate. That is a really good rate. On this mission, I would say 100 kills per minute is plenty steel path viable. If you can get above 100 kills per minute on this mission with a weapon or setup, and stay alive and kill the acolytes, if you can hit all three of those, you are doing plenty well. Thanks, Lancy. Good shout. Now, Warframe's economy is about as well considered as the cosmetics clipping through Grendel. Let's put it that way. Warframe's real, in-law economy, as it were. Not the game economy, but the world economy. There's no consideration to it. Miss Praedos build? One moment. It is that. That's the Praedos build. That's the one I was using. Oh, good lord. Snore making one hell of a return there. I saw you pop on into the Discord. Now you're popping on in here to the Twitch channel with 25 gifted subs. My dude. Thank you very much, gifted sub out to Dawo, to Just a Bag of Chips, to Raccoon Cola, to Mizzles, to Jesse Jism, to Grey Archon, to J AKT, to Limeg, to Nameless, to Gibbon++, to Lujawai, I'm doing my best here. To Supernova, to Sparrow, to Inzi, to Radio K, to Phony Fredfish, to Bye to Angel Wings, to Kagan, to JB Bez, to Talshard, to Knobcone Pinecone, to Scarvy, to What Happens When a Cat Walks on Your Keyboard, to Ariz GT, and to Cyric. Snore, thank you very, very much for the 25 gifted subs. You are indeed back, my dude. Thank you very, very much on that. I want y'all to be aware here. Snore's just dropped that. They're not even subscribed for themselves. There is no sub badge next to that name. That is just gift leader badge. Snore came in here and was like, you know what's the first thing I can do? Just make everyone else's day better. No, thank you very, very much for that. I really do appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed the animation. I think it's been long enough that you actually hadn't seen that one before, right? I think it has been. Ah, Snake Raider. There are 200 odd people here at the moment. Your chances were not in your favour on this one. That's just how it be. I guess for those of you who have just got a subscription, first of all, connect up your Twitch and Discord accounts so you get to access the premium channel over there. And second, today is the very last day. An ad prevented you from seeing it? Oh, feck that. Hold on. Hold on. I can fix this. Where is it? I made later. Streaming. There it is. Redo. There you are. I can redo it. Oh. Nice. And Raptor, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Snore there. Look at that. That's beautiful. Straight onto a level 6 hype train. Oh wow, yeah, it has gone straight into there, hasn't it? In fact, apparently we're about to beat the record? What? What's our record? Okay, we're not about to beat the record, Twitch. Don't lie to me. The record is 18% of the way through level 9. We have not beaten the record. We're not close to beating the record. Don't lie to us, Twitch. I mean, we're closing in on it, but we're not beating it. Raptor, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Snake Raider as well. Raptor, double generosity there. To go alongside the... Quinduodecimal generosity? I don't know how you would pronounce that. But all the same, thank you very much to the both of you there. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. You have your streams back? You do! But yeah, I was saying as well, for those of you who are subscribers, you also have access to the subscriber discount on the merch store, which ends today. This is the last chance. It runs out today. By the time I wake up tomorrow, that's going to be switched off. So if you did want to grab yourself something like one of these lovely mugs, or if you wanted to grab yourself one of these lovely mugs, or if you wanted to grab yourself just a bit of merch in general, the best way I could do that, clearly, then head on over to ! Merch. That's about to run out. I mean, you'll still be able to buy them, but you'll no longer have your discount. Raw Artillery say, hello Ken, new here in chat, found you through YouTube, how are you Ken? I'm doing well, thank you very much for asking, hope you're doing well yourself. We are, unfortunately, getting close towards the end of things here, so first of all, if you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket for the raffle, ! Ticket in the chat, we'll be drawing that Platinum raffle very, very shortly now, in fact in 1 minute time, so you know, get that in there. Get that in. Can't mention Raptor? Interesting. That is weird. All the same, yeah. All the same. Did I break the bot? Ah, the bot's fine. It had an issue earlier, but I think that was a Twitch issue, to be quite honest. If the bot stops responding, it's probably Twitch that's doing it. Twitch just be like that. Twitch just be like that. Worst streaming platform, except for all the others. That's Twitch. It's a funny thing to bake your noodles with, just whilst we let everyone get their last tickets in. Twitch removed the restriction on streaming to multiple platforms a couple months back now, actually. And I looked into, once again, the opportunity and option of streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And I'll be quite honest with you, I'm not sure if it would be the right thing to do. I ain't sure on that. Oh, good God. Oh, good God. I watched the number on the leaderboard just jump up as I was looking over it at the time. My God, Snore with another 25 gifted subs going out to the community once again there. This time now to Sampa Wasabi, to Vicdem, to Carlos, to Gamers On, to the Mighty Pedro, to Turbodie, to Quinternion, to The Bobot, to Iholimon, to Boya, to VoxFox, to Krautica, to Gertus, to Vickles, to Julie the Poor, to Robot Destroyer, to Sorenan, to Trogdor the Forever, to Ironbat, to Rampage Gaming, to Ewoks Moonwalks, good God, that one got me, to Volton, to Casares, to Legion, and to Adri. Snore, thank you very much on that as well, really do appreciate it. You're still gonna get one? Oh, that's unfortunate, Konski, isn't it? You with your Prime Gaming badge next to your name, that is unfortunate. Someone didn't just hand you a free one with your Prime Gaming badge next to your name. Yeah. I have a question. How can I get a landing craft or a skin for the landing craft that you have? That was from the Zephyr Deluxe pack. So, Zephyr Harry collection, and it's this here, which you can only get as part of the collection. So it would be 225 platinum. You also get the Zephyr skin, and you get the Zephyr theme, sounds, and background, because you can customize your UI. Fun fact. Yes. What level trade will get the final Umbral on you, really? Nah, Snake. We can save that for a better day. We can save that for a better way. Can Saren abuse Secure Elector and Melee Influence? Sounds like it could be a load of credits. Abuse as in use it to get a lot of credits? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see, where are we at the moment? We're 12% through level 9, and apparently the all-time record is 18% through level 9. Are we actually just like a sub or two away from the top tier this hype train's ever reached? Actra is finding out for us. Actra, thank you very much for dropping your prime here. Yeah, there it is. One more sub hits it. Well, what do you know? Well, what do you know? Actra, thank you very much for that. You're the one that got us over the line there. Snore putting in all that heavy lifting, and you got that one final bullet jump to extraction. Well, now that is incredible. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate that, all of you. 19% moment, that's what it is, right? Totally, yeah. We can reframe the 19% moment now. This is what a 19% moment is. Oh, never mind, it's 25 now. 26. Never mind. What time do I normally stream? I normally stream from 7 till 10 UK time, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Exclamation mark schedule, and you'll see a link to Twitch where it shows you the schedule in your time zone, just to make it even easier for you. We are currently 18 minutes over the end of my stream time, so I do need to be wrapping up, otherwise I'll piss off some people in the household. So, this is a shared house. I need to appreciate others' needs there. But we've got a hype train running, so I can't end just yet. So we'll just close up the giveaway. Let's do that right now. Let's close up the giveaway, shall we? So those of you who have entered with a ticket, you now have a chance to win it. Those of you who did not, well, tough. It means you got here late or weren't listening. Either could happen. Either way. Of those who did enter, we got 122 entries today. Ooh. 122. Let's see. The winner today. It's Purple Mindscrew. I always love it when a name pops up that I can just read straight away. That is a very easy to read name. Purple Mindscrew. Congratulations on winning that there. Oh, what? Yep. Your name. You specifically. Congratulations. I'll be contacting you shortly, right now actually. Let's send this quick message right now, quick whisper. Oh, I love this. You asked for the ticket 5 minutes ago. What are the chances? Alright, there you are, GG's. You may have missed all of the subs being handed out, but you managed to win this. Hi, can you send me your Warframe username, platform, and if you have cross-save enabled. Thanks. Smiley face. There you are, Purple Mindscrew. Literally on the last reminder. There we are, I mean, yeah. And his name is Purple. Yeah, you're very right, yeah. That is someone who's true to their brand. Absolutely. There you are, Purple Mindscrew. If you would just respond to that Twitch message with your username platform. I did say platform to you, didn't I? Yeah. Platform and whether you've got cross-save enabled or not. And that way I'll be able to get it sent on over to you. I think it's Mindscrew, but it could be Mindscrew, actually, now you say it. Nah, they didn't correct me, so... But look at that. Level 8 Hype Train, 26% of the way through level 9. That has wrapped up. 54 subs in total, it says there. Thank you very, very much for that. Why does the cross-save matter? It matters because it affects how DE actually send out the Platinum. The Platinum raffles done here on stream are authorized by DE. They are the ones who actually send out the Platinum. Because, by the way, fun fact for anyone who didn't know this, if you don't get it authorized by DE, you can't just do Platinum giveaways. Because there is no distinction between that and someone buying Platinum for real money. It looks the same to DE's system, so they ban you. But this is authorized by DE, they send it out, and so knowing the actual state of the account means they can identify the correct account to send it to. So it doesn't get lost in the system. It's just the way it works. But good question there, Kunsky. I think you might actually be the first person to ask that. Anyway, that wraps up the train, that wraps up the giveaway, that wraps up the Sarin demonstrations, although technically I only did one of them, didn't I? Shit. I just realised I didn't actually go through these other builds with you guys. Not just the one, this is just the all-rounder. Because we got the full-on weapons platform with Nourish added on, no range. And then we've got the Sanctuary Onslaught and the Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Ah. Oh well, I'll just have to put that into a video then, I guess. You're trying to find the message and failing. Purple Mindscrew, are you on mobile or PC? Because if you're on PC, it should be at the top right. And if you're on mobile, good luck. Because I don't know where it is on mobile. There's like 50,000 mobile interfaces. Downstream part 2 on Sunday. I would hope to have the video done by then, Liv. Anyway, whilst we have Purple there trying to figure out how they actually can find a message, let us see who can we raid on over to. Zamzi, I'm so sorry. I'm doing well, but you've only just arrived in. PC, but last message you see is a few weeks old. You know what? I also don't see the message I sent you, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to quick send you a hi. Yeah. My message to you vanished. That's so weird. I wonder if Twitch automatically deleted the message, thinking that it was a phishing message. I mean, they haven't done it before, to my knowledge. But yeah, your message, it's not in our chat history, it just vanished. Anyway, that's fine. Let's see. Who can we raid on over to? Purple has the message now. Purple sent over the details. They didn't send me their password. That is fine. Oh, Purple, because you're on PC, you don't need to worry about that last bit. You're all good. Right, let's see. Who can we raid on over to? Definitely not raiding over to that VTuber. It's just popped up on the very front of page of Twitch. I don't care about that. Thank you very much. Don't even know what they're playing. It's the wrong game. So we could go to Nightmare Frame. We could go to Hazel Night. I don't think we've ever actually been there before. You know what? Let's find out what they're about. I'm just going to check to make sure they're not about to suddenly end stream themselves. Let's see. How long have they been streaming? 7 hours. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, and there's people asking them about how long they're going to stay up. Okay, never mind. We won't go to that one. They're probably about to wrap up. Never mind. Never mind. That would not end well. Is Dinos still running? Dinos was raided into here before now, so I don't know if they still run at this point. Oh, they're only on for an hour and 40 minutes. They're fine. We're raiding Dinos. We do have a raid message, chat. We do have a raid message. It is simply this. Because Dinos, if I recall correctly, let me just check and make sure it was Dinos that messaged me on Twitter about this. I think it was Dinos. Yep, it was. Alright. Here is the message. That's our raid message. It makes sense to Dinos, trust me on this one. We're going to be raiding over to him. He'll understand as soon as we go over there. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Thank you very much everyone for joining in, and especially all those of you who supported me on the channel here today. I really do appreciate it. I'll be live again on Friday for some not Warframe. More details on that closer to the time, but for now, catch you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye bye.